to the next episode of A Crusade of Thorns. This is episode 27, also known as Camarilla episode number 29. That's right. Or episode number 9, not 29. Episode 20. This is our 27th vampire episode. How crazy is that? This is insane. Pure insanity that we're doing, and we love you all for being here. We love you all for hanging out. I am your ST Throck. So quick note to the chat for the evening. I have switched microphones because I have a different setup now. So if I sound weird or funky, or if I'm too loud or too soft, just shout at me in chat. I'm keeping an eye on it, and I will fix it. Because the first night I'm using it, so something is bound to go wrong. But other than that, hi, I'm Throck. I'm your storyteller. I'm the head ST here for Crusade of Thorns and your Camarilla ST, and I'm incredibly excited to be here with this amazing group of human beings, including a special guest star who's very similar to the special guest star that was on the Anarch game last night. It's almost as if these games are connected somehow. I don't know why or how that would be. But I want to start with something not a Crusade of Thorns related. So we started this channel a year ago. And it was me and like one other ST and one other person. We've now featured something like 150 different players, something like 20 different DMs across 15 different game systems. And today we launched our Patreon. Now, our Patreon it is in part about Welcome to the Party, but I think it's about something bigger than that too. The reason I created Welcome to the Party was because I didn't want to create a community that was based around one person. I wanted to create a community that was based around a community. I wanted to create a space in which everyone could feel welcome, everyone could feel engaged, and everyone could come and play and feel like it was okay for them to be in a place and play in that place, feel comfortable showing their face, feel comfortable speaking their opinion, be inclusive, be equitable, and be fair. And now with nearly 400 people on Discord, we just did 1,800 Twitter followers. We're 4 followers away from 900 followers on Twitch. Today, we launched our Patreon. And within the first hour and a half, we met our first goal, which was to cover cost. I was blown away by that. And we are halfway to our second goal. And the real goal of our Patreon is to begin using this incredible support that we have, this, I feel like, really strong sense of community, to begin giving back to the rest of the RPG and D&D community through engaging with awesome artists and video producers. And in the end, I want to commission a one-shot every month that we premiere here and that goes to patrons for free first. And all of these amazing things that don't go into my pocket, but lift up the RPG community generally and put a spotlight on amazing creators. So if you think that's an awesome mission and you have $1, $5, or if you want me to run a game for you every quarter, $100, which is the final Patreon goal. Technically, we have a $1,000 one that's not on there where I will fly out to wherever you live. But I thought that was a little greedy and didn't put that one on there. So if you think that's an awesome idea, and you want to support us in this and engaging with community creators and engaging with writers and artists and all that sort of amazing stuff, and in the end even pay our DMs, our Discord mods and our players, because they're putting their time and effort into creating something amazing too, check us out on Patreon. And if you like what you see in terms of benefits, if you like what you see in terms of our mission, give us some support there. We get way more of that money than we do from Twitch, so it's much more important to us than I think than Twitch subs, although Twitch subs and bits and stuff like that are always important. Twitch takes half of our profits, and so we get 5% of our profits taken away from Patreon, and that is a far better deal for us and for the people that we want to support in the community who are making things. So if you have the opportunity, check out the Patreon. I put a little description in our thingy down below, whatever the hell it's called, and we have an exclamation point thing for it now too, which is exclamation point Patreon. But that's that. Okay, that's my shill. Tonight's game is brought to you by, as always, Devon Rue Tabletop Loot, and So Nerdwear. It's what the nerds wear, where you too can get 15 10% off, 10% off all of your purchases using the code WELCOME, and then we get a bit of that money. Now, if you're a Patreon, you get 15% off all of your purchases, and we get a bit of that money at a certain level. I think it's $5 or something. They're super awesome, and we love them very much, and I think that's everything. Oh, yeah, and of course, this and our Patreon charity are both supporting Rainbow Railroad. Rainbow Railroad is an amazing charity that helps LGBTQ members in crisis get out of terrible places and into places that are essentially not so terrible. It helps them get amnesty and get out of countries where they're being persecuted. So if you think that's great, click on the Rainbow Railroad link below and send them a donation. And of course, 5% of all donations from now through the end of June through Patreon also are dedicated to Rainbow Railroad. So that's me. That's it. That's all the spieling and all that sort of good stuff. Let's go around starting with our guest for the day, Death by Mage.
Hi, everybody. I'm Death by Mage, and I am the Crusade of Thorns global ST, and I will be reprising my role as Jamie Chen tonight. So looking forward to having fun with everyone.
Yay! I am also looking forward to you having fun with everyone. Let's do Leona.
Hi, my name is Leona. You can find me on Twitter at the Lady Bedlam, and tonight I am playing Audra, our Ventru Enforcer, Prince, not Prince.
Not Prince. Yeah, Prince, not Prince. Hashtag not Prince. Yeah.
Hashtag not Prince.
Yeah. M.
Hi, I'm M. I'm playing Alexander, the Toreador Chronicler.
Nice, Calvin.
Hi, my name is Kevin Myers. I'm Bisonic Kevin on the Twitter, and I will be Calvin, your Ventru financier and movie producer.
Awesome. Nerdy Teddy Bear.
Hi, I'm Nerdy Teddy, and tonight I am playing Celine, the Toreador club owner. Club manager now, I think. We gave away our club. My club, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. The hell of a trade you guys made. And then Jeff.
Hey, Jeff Holland, JK Holland on Twitter, and I am playing Silas Blackthorn, the Bruja investigator.
Awesome. So, in 2 minutes or less, who wants to tell me what happened last week?
Okay.
And remember, Calvin, I said 2 minutes or less.
Let's see if I remember it all. Let's see. The Prince and Seneschal returned to London, and we were gifted Beverly Hills and UCLA and the Marischal. And other powerful people sided with us, including the Tremere Whip, who's effectively running the Tremere, all because of Audra's sire. We held a meeting, tried to impress everybody, and did a decent job of it.
A catty
Thank
job
you for
of
the
it.
commentary. And Ravi came by and said he liked us and we could call on him for help, but he's not going to stick his neck out too far. All right. We talked to Gaston the Hound, who interrogated a Setite we had been keeping in the basement because we all forgot about him. After that, let's see. Yep. And then I think I went to Ming and traded my club for a staked Sabat.
You did. Are we going to actually... That reminds me, Death. Are we going to hear anything from Ming tonight? Is that something that we should prepare for?
Yeah, that's probably something we can prepare for as well. It's not like I don't know how to roleplay Ming.
Yeah. Because some stuff's happened on that side of things. And
yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Cool. So, there is one other rumor that has been flying around the rumor mill that all of you know about. Well, two. Of course, there's the Bruja rant that Silas went to, and you're about to hear more about, I would imagine. There was also some sort of ruckus up kind of near where the Lily of the Valley is. And that's the other thing Gaston would tell you, actually, is that something, he wasn't there, but clearly something happened. And now there are Nosferatu who he's not seeing, who he normally sees. So, perhaps, yeah, he can either check it out or y'all can check it out or whatever you want. But that's the other piece of information that you've gotten since last we talked. And to bridge the gap, Silas had gone off to the Bruja Rent along with his sire, Jamie Chen, and while the rest of you began moving all of your worldly possessions to Cafe Gala. Cafe Gala is on the Sunset Strip in Beverly Hills and is one of the most famous cafes, most famous clubs in Hollywood at this time. In some ways, it's a step up in terms of star power, even though it's a step down in terms of security until you secure it. But during this time, you've been moving, you've been securing the place. Your guards and retainers all followed you, and they've begun the process of making this place up for you. Along with you as well at the cafe, as we come back on this scene, about 4 hours since we left all of you. As we come back to this scene, about 2 hours before dawn as well, it's Celine, Calvin, Alexander, Audra, along with Sable is there, Captain Mitchell is there, and Hyacinth is there. They tend to just be kind of hanging on with you guys right now, for lack of a better sort of social circle to be in. And we'll open the scene with the four of you. You know that tomorrow night, Don Sebastian is hosting his first Elysium, and he has called all loyal kindred within the city to be there, including some mix of you all.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to mention him. Oh, well.
That's fine. That's why I'm here.
I had a thought and then it immediately left. So,
Okay.
Everybody, are we still in the VND or are we going to Cafe Gala?
I had assumed you would be starting in Cafe Gala, and that the move has been, thanks to your help and your retainers and all of the people you have, you were able to pretty quickly effectuate that move.
Gotcha. I'm going to say, I left a little present for the sun on top of the VND Oro.
Did what?
Did you need the setite?
No, I suppose not.
I did it in the way Landerhaven specified, too. Well, potentially specified in the rules that she laid down. Staked upon an American flag.
Mitchell will say, God bless America.
Beautiful.
Yep.
So as you take this pause, Silas comes walking in. I wasn't going to keep you guys apart for that long. You all love each other too much. And trailing behind him is... Give yourself a description there, DBM.
So you see I will say a 5'7" tall Chinaman coming in with a hat and wearing pretty plain clothing, and slacks. And he seems to just be observing for right now, but still keeping an eye on Silas and trailing behind him.
Silas?
Okay, so Silas walks in, takes a look around the new place, sees a coat rack or a hat rack, and throws his hat onto it. It tips over, so he picks it up and then just starts smashing the shit out of it. Throws it down and looks for a couch and flops over on it. Not like a sad teenager, just.
I take it went well?
It went about as well as you'd imagine.
We going to, sorry, excuse me. My name is Calvin Redden. It's a pleasure to meet you, and you are?
I'm Jamie Chen. The pleasure is mine to meet you.
My sire, that's everybody, Jamie.
Alexander's going to reach out a hand and introduce himself.
Jamie will reach out and also shake Alexander's hand. I've heard a little bit of everyone here. It is good to finally meet.
Yeah. So where do you exactly stand?
Right now, I am just trying to avoid any unnecessary actions and try and avoid having everyone commit actions that they will all come to regret later.
Mitchell pipes up and he goes, "In short, he's an anarch."
That's useful.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you able to speak for the Anarchs?
I do have some sway, and McNeil will at the very least listen to me, and Garcia also is a very valued friend.
Excellent. Because I would like to discuss our terms, and I'm sure Silas hasn't yet informed us how things went, but the mood of the city is not on our side.
No. The city right now is fearing absolute war and retaliation, and then they are facing against the return of a tyrant.
Well, I think we can help with that.
I'm inclined to agree.
Let's start from the beginning. How did everything go? What was discussed? And then, Jamie, let's talk.
Very well.
Well, we talked about the best course of action for the Brujah in general and the Anarchs in particular. I suggested we put up a united front, and that might be the only way that we could handle Don Sebastian. McNeil spoke a lot louder and at length. There was some shit talking about the English. I remember that. There was basically any faith they had in the Camarilla being a trustworthy entity went out the door when Radiant smashed his face into the ground. So we're not going to get a lot of support from their end.
Did they say any... this is Hyacinth speaking up, by the way. And she goes, "Did they say anything about the Sabbat at all? Or are they only worried about that pimp, Sebastian?"
They don't seem that concerned with the Sabbat. I think they're just going to take all comers. There was a lot of die on your feet rather than live on your knees kind of attitude.
You're dead either way. Well,
they didn't seem to care about the government guys either. I might not have told that point as forcefully as I could have.
I'm sure you did the best.
Someone stake me now.
So, just
Just
so I
give it
understand
a
this
little
clearly, the Anarchs focused purely on Don Sebastian and us, and ignored the people actually killing people.
Yep.
Kind of felt that way.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, just checking.
Jamie, would that be your assessment?
Unfortunately, yes. There is a lot of bitter resentment among the Anarchs.
Well, the old leadership earned that.
Oh,
True.
that's no lie.
They're all dead or gone, so... Did you let them know that everyone's dead or gone? Or with Don Sebastian?
Sorry for the way that...
Oh no, so much too late for sorries.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm just gonna
Silas is correct. They are too embroiled by their flames of anger, revenge, and hatred now.
What do they want? What can we give them? I am fully welcome, fully open to working with the Anarchs.
I don't think you are the way that they want.
We have...
Want.
We need to... You can't talk to an Anarch gathering. You can talk to an Anarch leader, like Mr. Chen here.
I guess it's time to talk then.
Jamie, why don't you tell him about this third option idea of yours?
Well, it was extended. The idea and goal of the Anarchs as a whole is to establish a free state within Los Angeles.
Sable, you hear her from the back when you say that. She scoffs heavily.
And while the idea may seem preposterous to most of you, it is something that the Anarchs have long desired. And with that, there will be some who would be given the privy of territories in the form of being barons. And one such motion was for Lady Audra here to have the barony of Beverly Hills.
I have an idea about that. Lady Audra, your interests lie all over the world. With your potential ambitions, becoming a baron might not do well for you. However, if I were baron and we maintain the coterie, you could continue to ascend.
I believe part of this was the Camarilla dissolving too, right? Wasn't that part of the agreement?
Is it?
In order to have a free state, the Camarilla would no longer be functioning here.
How's that hit you, Adra?
Audra is going to look around the room and go, well, any more opinions?
Mitchell will pipe up and go, yeah. Okay, first of all, they want to have barons like mini princes? It's literally exactly the same thing. That's ridiculous, by the way. Just philosophically, you're just creating a more fractured version of what we already have, which in the end is weaker because it's not solidified, right? So why is that a smarter option? Why? What, tactically, given the current situation, what do we get if we all have our own little things and are all fighting against each other, other than more weak points for the Sabbat? More weak points for Don Sebastian. If we're not working together, we're fractured.
So we start by working together now, and we deal with the rest of it later.
I am under the same sentiment as well. However, as I had stated, many in the Anarchs hold very long grudges and bitter resentment over what their treatment with the Camarilla. And as a result, it has become very apparent that they are more concerned now with their freedoms than about resolving the problem.
So I am being judged by the mistakes of my elders.
Yes.
You're welcome to being a vampire, really. That's welcome to Kindred.
That is literally some of our laws.
Even if I don't agree with my elders.
Yes. All of Don Sebastian's childer were killed. All of them. I believe.
Any more opinions? Sable, you sound like you have an opinion.
I always have an opinion. Here's the thing. If the Anarchs want to feel like they're in charge while someone goes and does the work, then we'll come out on top in the end anyways. Because we're the ones who are going to go kill some Sabbat. We're the ones who are going to go take out Don Sebastian. They can sit there and pretend to be all super awesome, freedom-loving, philosophical bullshit heads, do nothing, fight each other, and create a fractured fucking city that's just going to continue fighting itself. If we stand strong, if we pull together the resources we have in the Gangrel, in the Ventru, in the Tremere, in the rest of the Malkavians who are here, and the rest of the Bruja who we have on our side, which apparently isn't all that many, thanks Silas, we will still come out on top here. We can't bow to people who don't have a plan other than freedom. That's ridiculous. Go ahead.
Do you think that we can achieve that if I was a baron?
Do I
Rather
think
than a prince?
No.
I think that the term is a distinction without a difference. I think how you choose to run your territory is what matters.
Yes, but I don't know that anyone has ever become Prince of Anywhere after being an Anarch.
I think that's probably true.
I mean, there's a first for everything. But that doesn't mean this territory can't be controlled under Camarilla law without tainting your reputation for the future. It'd be easier for you to be Baron. However,
Hyacinth will speak up and go, in the current situation, if we would have a Baron, shouldn't it be Silas? He's a Brujah, and so he is of the clan that most of their leaders are. He is connected directly to one of their leaders here in Mr. Chen. Isn't that... If you really want to put someone forward and say, we will play ball with you, then that is how we play ball with you. Silas should be our Anarch representative to their group, if that's the way you want to go.
Silas?
My preferred option.
See, I offer the Anarchs something they don't currently have. Because Mr. Chen, I believe, is here to talk, and do they have other people that talk, that negotiate?
You have Mr. Garcia, who still has, for the moment, the capacity and means to talk. As for McNeil, it would be very tenuous, unfortunately, as his previous attempt was met at the literal fist of your former sheriff.
And
I guarantee no such thing would happen.
that means very little.
Yeah, I'm not sure your guarantee means much of anything to him.
Hey, Calvin, can you make a rouse check for me?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
8. Success.
Yep. Continue, I'm sorry.
Now, what we need is something they don't have. And what we have that they don't is the Tremere organization. And I was hoping by now Ming would get to us, but we'll see. A Sabat to kill in front of everybody.
Do not tell me you have made a deal with Ming.
Everyone makes deals with Ming. No one wants to.
This is true. I hope it was not for something important.
Hard to say.
And you see Jamie eyes Silas with kind of disapproval.
I feel like I'm in the middle of those eyes right there. That was weird.
But we've got a lot of things to deal with. We've got Don Sebastian, and we have the Sabat, and we are the only people who seem to remember that the Sabat exists. And we, as a small coterie, don't have the means to do too much about that. However, Captain Mitchell and his people are quite skilled. Sable is quite skilled.
I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we have several factions of vampires with us that are not with Don Sebastian. Nobody wants to be with Don Sebastian unless they absolutely have to. I want to know if it's possible to free Lisbeth from under him. I know it's a bad idea, Remy. Stop it. Because she is not a politician, but she's hosting him. Why? Because she has to? I doubt it's by choice. I doubt it's through love.
knows something.
Yes, Remy, can you tell me what Don Sebastian has over Elizabeth? No? Stop it.
That way lies doom!
I don't even know how to begin discovering that. But if we can free as many... Not every Toreador is owned by him. We have 2 with us. I don't know if there are any with the Anarchs. That would be weird. But I don't... If we can shake more of them loose.
Alex, you get this sense of intense terror. You feel it calling through your blood bond. That it's like anytime you've had a premonition in the past, it feels like that, but accentuated somehow by the fact that you are connected to your sire. As this conversation about Lisbeth goes on, you feel this worry, terror, something incredibly dangerous could be happening to her, and the part of you that's bound doesn't want that to happen, and the part of you that's not thinks fucking good, and so you both have this internal cognitive dissonance and this incredible worry over your sire right now as this conversation happens.
We heard about something happening at a flower shop as well, but we don't know.
I don't have a sense of where she is, right? Or would I know where she is?
You don't have a sense of where she is right now.
Okay.
I
can probably assume she's at her
Miramar.
hotel.
Yeah, probably. And you also know that's where the Elysium is going to be held tomorrow.
So, yeah.
Okay. And there's 2 hours till dawn.
Yeah, ish.
How far are we away from the hotel?
Half an hour, 45 minutes.
Shit. Okay.
It
Yeah.
doesn't feel like she's about to die, right? It doesn't feel like she's under attack, but it feels like there's this looming sort of Damocles thing, right?
Okay.
I don't want to imply a more sense of urgency than there is.
Alexander probably looks quite agitated. Like the inner tension between the two feelings is definitely showing on his face. And he says that I'm going to have to go to Elizabeth tomorrow night.
I
don't want to, but I think something's going to happen.
I just want to make sure you're able to come back.
Well, I hope so too.
Celine, I know you wanted to perform with...
Yes.
I would love to go.
That's a horrible
No,
idea.
that is a horrible idea. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it on the table that anybody besides me and Alexander going would probably be a horrible idea.
See me raising my hand?
But will you two be all right? That's what I'm worried about.
Our chances go up if it's just us, I would say.
Very well.
Yeah. But I think we need to keep discussing about what we're going to do and offer the Anarchs. We need to settle on that.
Stay here and work on that. We can gather as many people that are against Don Sebastian and work that angle.
Would you be okay, Audra, as a partner in this realm with me?
I still don't fully understand what you're trying to get at.
What I'm trying to get at is we will I will own this according to the Anarchs. You will own it according to the Camarilla. We will both run it according to Camarilla laws. And our strength will be better for it.
Mitchell will pipe in and he'll say, Audra, I know what you want to achieve, and there's never been a prince who's held any position in any Anarch anything ever. If you want to grow within the Camarilla, you might not be wrong. To me, this is your territory. But the face we show to other people doesn't need to be that. I'm loyal to you.
That is true. He's not loyal to me. He's also the protection for this realm. You see, right now, I have you and nothing else. It's making me uncomfortable.
Making you uncomfortable?
Yes. My life is in your hands. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to being so contained. And I'm sure you would feel the same. But I think we can do this together. We communicate well and complement each other.
I'm just going to pull Calvin off to the side, if possible. Could I have a moment alone with Calvin, everyone? You know.
Yes.
Venture to venture. I'm going to assume that's a yes.
That's it. Unless anyone says otherwise, you have a moment of time alone.
And I was going to look at Calvin and go, what happened to not wanting to be prince?
I don't want to be prince. This will confirm that I will never, ever, ever be prince. But when you're prince, you can absolve me of crimes.
This is all hurting my brain far too much.
I didn't want to spring this on you in the middle of negotiations with, say, McNeil.
I don't know what to do anymore, Calvin. I really don't.
We're hemmed in. We're pretty up the creek.
We are. And
The Anarchs are a paddle.
Yeah. And it's difficult because I find myself incredibly sympathetic to them.
Yeah, they've been done wrong.
Yes, they've been done wrong, and I don't fully agree with all of my elders. Is it even... I was born into the Camarilla. This has been my entire existence, and now I don't even know if I have that or want that or...
You have a choice. If you want to be Baron, you're very easily going to be Baron here. If you want to be Prince somewhere, someday, anywhere, someday, you will either have to erase this era from history or continue to hold up the Camarilla flag for now.
I think the truth is that I've fallen in love with Los Angeles. I don't care for the rest of the world. There's nothing holding me to any other city but Los Angeles. I just want to do what's right for this city.
Oh.
And that's... What else have I got at this point?
What you have is time, Audra. You have time. The Anarchs, they're Anarchs. They're going to do what Anarchs always do. They're going to come together, they're going to kill our enemies for us, and then they're going to fracture and bicker and fall apart over the next couple of decades. It's what they always do.
And so I should sit and wait.
No, you spend the whole time plotting.
That too, I suppose. Yeah. And so you're saying we do this together?
I'm saying...
Whether it's for the Camarilla or not.
Yes, whatever we do, we're doing it together. I've tied my star to you.
Very well. You have a deal.
Thank you. I respect you. Thank you. Good talk. I should have done it in private. I'm sorry that I brought it up in front of everyone.
Next time I'll... No, I'm kidding. It's fine. Good God. I'm exhausted from today.
Been horrible. But we're alive, and we're safe. And that's two things we weren't before.
I don't know about that,
We were
Cal.
alive.
I don't know about safe is what I'm saying. Don Sebastian will come knocking eventually. I'm sure he's going to want this
He's
land.
a Toreador. He's going to throw a party for himself first. He won't do any...
Crash the party.
Don't crash the party.
Fine. All right, let's go back. Let's tell them our plan.
All right. We walk back out.
Yep.
We've come to an agreement. I am willing to defend this territory in the name of the Anarchs.
I am willing to be Baron.
No.
No.
You... I'm going... Excuse us a moment. I'm going to be Baron. You're going to wait.
Got it.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I know. I know.
You have etiquette, and we would say I blow an etiquette in LARP, and you have dots in etiquette, so we'll say that your etiquette just erases that in front of Jamie Chen, right? Like,
I
okay.
do have dots in etiquette, but I'm just like, this is so confusing. Sorry.
Calvin's plans are never simple.
Yeah, no.
They're barely even plans.
Well, it worked so far-ish, so okay. Anyways, yeah, that's the plan. And Jamie, I should probably mention that Calvin does often speak on my behalf, and 90% of what Calvin says I agree with. So feel free.
Jamie's just gonna blink for a few seconds and look at Calvin. Right.
Do you want to go into the details of politics, Mr. Chen, or would you rather just move on with our lives?
I will, for the moment, accept your word for the matter. There is another pressing concern that I believe I should address as well.
What might that be? Is there any other assistance we are able to offer you?
Perhaps. Silas, if you do not mind accompanying me.
Where are we going?
A little flower shop.
Yeah, that sounds my speed. Before we go, though, Adra, I was told to deliver this to you. It's from your sire. Garcia passed it along to me. I don't know what the letter contains, but I do know that the envelope contains some tickets to Australia, if you'd like to just shuck all this and pick up sticks.
Who did you say this letter was from?
Your sire. Hey, do not stake the messenger.
I'm not staking the messenger. Enjoy your trip to the flower shop.
Go open the letter.
Yeah, she'll open it.
Make a. Do you have academics?
Let me see. I think she's got something. 1 dot of academics. And 2 of etiquette.
Do you have investigation?
1 dot of investigation.
Make an investigation intelligence check.
Okay.
Or investigation wits. Investigation wits.
Okay. No modifiers? Too late.
You get pissed because you realize someone's manipulating you. That's not your sire's handwriting. Like, you pull out your old letter. That's
My sire or my grandsire?
grandsire.
Thank you.
That's not your grandsire's handwriting.
Oh, no. This is... This new letter is... No, I don't understand. Where did this letter come from? Where did this letter come
Thought
from?
Garcia was on the level.
Garcia, who is this person?
What was his first name?
Salvador.
Salvador Garcia. He seemed like he was in your corner. He was all right with me.
And you're telling... So this new... I just want to be very, very clear, Thark. This new letter is a fake one.
Seems fake. Mitchell will also pipe up and go, you got handed a fake letter by... It doesn't make sense that Garcia probably didn't know it was fake. I'll say. He's very close with Lucille.
Oh. Well, that makes sense.
Oh. Sable.
Yeah? Do you have anybody who's got the site and you can, like, touch it and mind whammy it? I don't know. What do you want from me?
You know Garcia, right?
Yeah, he's pretty on the level. I don't think he would do this on purpose. I think we need to figure out who it's from.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who would have given Garcia a fake letter?
Could I take a look at it? Would investigation do anything good for me?
Yeah, make an investigation check. What's investigation?
Yeah.
Or if someone has spirit's touch, that would also be good.
Oh yeah, that thing.
I literally just hinted
And
at
I
it like
forgot
30 seconds
about.
ago. So it is incredibly well. The penmanship is impressive. You notice though that it's got. You've run into people from all over the world in LA. You've looked at handwriting samples from people all over the world in LA who pass through and are criminals or whatever. There's a certain way that G's and J's are made in Southern Europe, like Portugal, Spain, Italy, that are different than, say, where Amelia's from. And this has a very Southern European hand to it.
I
look at that.
Here, take a crack.
All right, I'm going to use Spirit's Touch, which means I have to roll a rouse check too, right?
Yes.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. So,
Critical.
Don Sebastian
Well,
mind whammied someone to give this to someone to give this to Salvador Garcia. And Salvador Garcia thought he was getting it through the powers of, like, majesty and presence and all that shit, right? Thought he was getting it from someone loyal to Lucille and Amelia. This... And I'm just going to give it for a 7 successes critical hit. Don Sebastian was trying to find an easy way to get you all out of the picture.
well, it looks like Don Sebastian's afraid of us.
And it looks like Don Sebastian is going to die. And Audrey's
It's such a stupid plan. It's amazing.
There's no more.
Yeah. Alexander relays everything, like all the details, just everything.
Yeah, Audra's gonna go and find something that's breakable and that's not
Oh
gonna...
yeah, no, you now frenzy. I wanted to wait for the moment to pass, and then there is because you had a bestial or a messy success, messy critical, right? That you guys, between the hat stand that Silas broke earlier and the bar that you're currently punching through, and like splinters are like shooting out of, take 3 superficial damage, by the way. Just in like pure frustration, you're gonna need to pay for some repairs to this bar.
That's fine, I'll do it! God damn it, Don Sebastian!
But wait, you know what a trap is, right? It's an opportunity. What happens if we take that offer?
Oh.
Or-
Like this. No, go on. I like
No.
this.
that's all I've got. That's the whole thing. Is instead of us, we send Captain Mitchell, and whoever comes to attack him gets Captain Mitchell instead of us.
Captain Mitchell,
Or Sable.
Yeah.
I think we've got a plan.
Yes.
We've got a plan here. See these fake tickets? We're gonna pretend to take him up on his little offer. I would like Don Sebastian dead at the earliest convenience, and the best way to do that is to let him have what he wants.
If I may, if I'm Don Sebastian just playing this out tactically, and I wanted to ambush you all as you are getting on a boat or when you're in a boat, I would not be the one ambushing you. I would just send people to ambush you. And I'll happily kill those people for you. And
I don't think any of us expected Don Sebastian in person.
I don't know. He might want to gloat, but I don't think he's that foolish.
See, now, if I were Don Sebastian, I would wait until you actually got to Sydney, Australia, and kill you there.
Can I see the note?
Yeah,
I mean, why waste the tickets?
Right?
Does this say Smiling Jack was going to escort us?
I believe that was part of the arrangement. Yes, I had not mentioned it.
Isn't that a threat you tell people? Like, if the Anarchs
People
win,
will be like, no. So here's the thing: Smiling Jack he's only awful to people he wants to be awful to. He is among the Anarchs. He's actually quite beloved. He's kind of a joker. He's very friendly. He has a reputation among us because he's an Anarch and is really good at what he does. But if Smiling Jack was, if this was real, like in the hypothetical world in which this fake letter was actually real, I think that just means that, wait a minute. I see what you're saying. You think that he got to Smiling Jack somehow? Or maybe they just even, fucking face shifting or whatever with the Nosferatu-y thing. There's a million ways somebody could look like Smiling Jack, especially if you've never seen Smiling Jack, right?
We know there's at least one shape-shifting Setite out there.
That is true. And shape-shifting Ravnos, for that matter.
True. He claims to be our friend. Remy. Or Ravi.
Ravi the Ravnos.
Yes.
And we trust him.
No.
Underline that.
I mean, as much as I trust any kindred.
Also, Don Sebastian having at least one shapeshifter by using this Setite would make sense because it would imply that he kicked off the whole body in front of this building. Because remember, Rojas was there. You know who knew Rojas? Regina knew Rojas. She owes me a favor. Maybe I could use that.
I don't know, Calvin. You've lost me in your script again.
So Regina.
I just assumed you were muttering to yourself.
Mostly.
Supposed to follow.
When you cross the T's and dot the I's in the specific way.
Thank you, Sable. But Regina owes me a favor. And she knew who Rojas is. He's the last part of this opening thing, which I think we're all over and past, but it would make sense that he was working with Don Sebastian.
So the Sedites and Don Sebastian are collaborating.
Is there... Well, one of them. The other one's about to be toast.
And
now...
Is that the only two?
Yeah. But anyway, there's something we're missing. God. I feel like there's just a thread.
Do you want to make some sort of roll?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember like an insight into what we've been doing because if I were to come back and take over LA, the first thing I would do is throw all the pieces at each other. All the pieces that weren't mine, I'd take them off the board before I even let anyone know I was around. How many people have the Camarilla been losing very quickly, especially powerful people, to foolish mistakes.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
That would be extremely foolish, since some of them pieces were probably his.
Well, maybe he didn't account for the Sabbat. I don't know. Don Sebastian's not an idiot. What other pieces are still in play? Do we know if the did the Nosferatu join the Anarchs? I'm sure the Bruja did, but
Gaston will tell you that the Nosferatu joined the Nosferatu. Right, he's not there, but when you had your conversation with him, right,
they're independent.
Like they're Nosferatu are loyal first to themselves, and then tend to be with whoever is most stable within a city, as long as it's Camarilla or Anarch. They, unless they are specifically pledged to the Sabbat, which is always a specific situation and not like a clan-wide thing, for any not Lasombra or Zamisi. They just tend to gravitate to wherever the poles of power are in order to being able to go along to get along. Right, like, so when the Camarilla were in power, they were mostly Camarilla. Now that the Anarchs are kind of on the upswing, they probably will pay lip service more to the Anarchs while going about their daily. I mean, it tracks with the conversation you had with him, too, where he's like, fuck, dude, what do I don't care. Like,
yeah.
I don't care what you're planning.
Just let me do my job.
Yeah.
That's all he wanted, was to do what he enjoys doing.
Yes.
But yeah, so what... Has anyone heard from Ratmeat, the primogen of the Gangrel? Do we know where they stand? He didn't come for us. Or come to us, I should say.
I feel like Sable would know about that more than any of us would.
Ratmeat, yeah. I think that the Gangrel,
doing the same thing?
Same thing as a Nosferatu, right? Like, they're freedom-loving folk. And hearing that the Anarchs are on the upswing, I'm going to guess most of them are going to go with the Anarchs, just out of, because it is what it is, right? Like, as long as they keep the valley and the outskirts up there north, I think they're not going to care too much.
What about the other Ventru? I forgot to talk to...
You did.
Yeah, Matilda last time. There was a lot happening.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. I mean, there are some pieces out there you guys haven't touched on yet, says Sable.
Yeah. All right, so tomorrow, here's what I think we need to start doing. This is a plan. Feel free to chip in, everyone. 2 of you are going to go to a wonderful party. Mr. Chen, if you would please accompany Silas to... or were you going to do that tonight and look into...
It's starting to get pretty late.
Yeah. I mean, you're welcome to our hospitality. Yes, you're welcome to our hospitality here. Officially.
He looks at all of you for a moment and he bows. Thank you for your hospitality.
And me and Audra will speak to the Ventru. Who else do we need to speak to? The remaining Malkavians?
Yeah, there's Malkavians left.
What other pieces are we missing, Sable? You said something about missing pieces.
Oh, I mean, you've got me and Mitchell and Hyacinth. It sounds like Ventru, Malkavian. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull the Gangrel along. Honestly, I think my Childer's got more swing with them than I do. I could make some phone calls upstairs, but...
I don't... What do you mean? To bully them into position for us?
No. Here's the thing. So I have a Childer in the city. I should probably say that. His name's Redcap. You may have heard about a new coterie of Camarilla, but they're not... Well, they weren't really, it turned out, which is kind of a bummer.
This is my shocked face.
Yeah. And he's one of them. And they... He's just got a lot of swing with the clan, more than I do. I put most of my time into the Camarilla. He's put most of his time into the clan.
That's
and as much
fine.
as I want to punch him in the face sometimes, he's done a good job of it.
That's fine. We offer something that they don't then, but we don't offer the gang.
I could call my dad. I kind of don't want to because that's really a sign of weakness, but I mean, if worse comes to worse.
Should I roll a politics to know exactly who that is? Because I'm not...
make a politics intelligence test.
Critical hit.
Yeah, her dad's Xavier, the Justicar of the Camarilla the Justicar of the Gangrel and the Camarilla.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Him. Yeah. That would get rid of Don Sebastian.
I mean, would it? Here's the thing.
That's the thing, yeah, he's just... I'm sorry, I've just heard rumors and legends, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's true. And that also means my child is... Yeah, we're connected. Yeah, so...
I don't want to owe that favor.
It's a big favor to owe. Trust me. It's why I'm like, I could call him, but maybe not. Break glass in case of emergency, right?
Yes. Excellent.
Let's make that plan emergency.
Yeah. I don't think we're there. I think even if the Camarilla does officially fall in the city, we're not there. I think if the Sabbat start taking over, that's when we call him. The rest of it can happen over a long period of time. Xavier is a man, a being, who is willing to wait for his turn. He is very good at living silently.
But that brings up the Sabbat again. How do we start shaking them out?
Guys got a lot of... Mitchell will go, maybe we need a distraction. Maybe we need something to shake them out, right? We need bait. That's how you get a wolf with red meat. We got to show him some red meat.
Like what?
Dangling Don Sebastian off a bridge.
Yes, or something similar. Somebody elder and tasty in a visible position somewhere.
I'm not elder, but I know at least one of them wants me dead, but...
Then let's send them a little Don Sebastian.
Yeah. So you're saying they're a problem for after Don Sebastian?
No. You think so? Audra, please, why? Why do you think that?
Because if we can't get our own shit together, how in the hell are we supposed to fight the Sabbat? Frankly.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Is what I think. So I would rather the enemy of my enemy is my friend. In this case. Get the Sabbat to go after Don Sebastian. Why should we have to do all of the work here?
On the one hand, I like the idea of using the Sabbat as a tool. On the other hand, they're not to be contained. They're not to be dealt with. If we dangle someone, we murder them when they come for whoever that person dangled is.
And you just assume that person dangling is also dead?
Possibly. Unless we care about them, then we try to save them. But if it's somebody we don't care about, fuck them.
That makes it easier, tactically, probably.
I would rather it be Don Sebastian dangling.
I mean, don't we all?
Don't we all? And that way, it's two birds with one stone.
All right, so that's our plans for tomorrow, with a bit of a sidetrack.
Well, I don't think we'll be able to dangle the bait of Don Sebastian tomorrow, but
no.
I think that's something for us to think about. But if we're going to do that fight, it has to be somewhere away from eyes. Like an old factory or something.
Do we have one of those?
I'm sure we can find one. Yeah.
I could probably get a tax break for it, too.
Celine.
Yeah,
Celine,
sorry.
You've been very quiet, and I'm dying to know what's on your mind. I want to avenge Flicker. What about you? And I'll just literally tap in whatever glass she's holding.
Yes.
Please stop.
I do. I do want to revenge. Frankly, Don Sebastian's a coward. He doesn't get to hide and come back at his convenience after he let Flicker die. That's where I stand. I want his head.
Excellent.
So, is that our plan for tomorrow?
I think we have a plan.
Investigation team, politicking team, Elysium team is what it sounds like. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry? This is a game where splitting the party has to happen.
Oh yeah, I, as long as you all are cool with sitting back while other people run scenes and stuff, I think that's totally fine. I don't. It's really about your guys' enjoyment of the thing, less than mine, right? Like, I'm happy to run all of these scenes, and I think they're all going to be great. I'll be in all of them, so I don't care.
That's true.
But as long as you all are cool with it, I think we can proceed to that. But it does mean that it will be like group.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Should we have Captain Mitchell and his people tomorrow with the trap for you that was set, trigger that? Or...
Do we want to trigger that when me and Alexander are in Elysium?
that would be the time it would be most likely to smartest to run. But
And
whatever,
if word were to get back that it was a trap, it could
a double trap, yes.
backfire.
Yeah, we'll put that off then. But let's not forget we can do that. We have a habit of that. Also, speaking of things I often forget, Ming lent me, can I see you in the back, Alexander?
Good catch.
Of course.
And if someone could show Mr. Chen to his area where he may take respite.
Whose area?
I would like to.
So I'm going to show, once I'm sure Jamie Chen is not there to stare at me judgingly, I'm going to show Alexander the box that Ming gave me and be like, do you know anything about this? Ming is magic. Ming sets traps. Be very careful. You might not want to touch it. I haven't.
Hey, Calvin, can you make a rouse check for me?
Anytime you ask.
Sorry, I have to pull off the JB hat.
Yeah.
Rousing success.
Okay.
This is concerning.
Don't worry about it. It's probably for a reason, I guess. Bam.
I want to first study it with what I know about occult.
Yeah, occult intelligence would be the roll.
Okay.
And I'll give you a bonus die. You're starting to get used to looking at these sorts of things.
And do
so
we
while-
still have our... Oh, sorry. Do we still have
go
our
ahead.
library?
Yeah, you absolutely still have your library. That gives you an extra die or 2 dice? We'll
I
say it
don't
gives you an
know.
extra die, so have 2 bonus dice.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we'll just make it on the fly column. Okay, 5 successes is a smashing success. Nicely done. 1 away from a crit. That's a bummer. But that's okay.
Yep.
It's still a great success. So this is a reliquary. This is meant to hold the. I'm gonna check my notes on this real quick. This is it is technically a Buddhist mortuary tablet. That is the shape of the item itself. However, it feels like, and from the inscriptions you see on it, you get the same read of it being some sort of spirit vessel, in the same way that the statue that you had earlier was a spirit vessel. You can learn more through other means of investigation.
Yeah. I'm just.
What is it?
Well, there's a couple things that I could do.
Yes, but what is this?
So mechanically, so out of character, I'm concerned about how much hunger I'm going to be gaining before the Elysium tomorrow.
Sure. Cool.
There'll be snacks.
Or you could.
There's always snacks.
Yeah. Well, I would be potentially... This is the problem. Because I would need to do a rouse check to wake up tomorrow, and a rouse check for Blush of Life. And if I want to use Spirit's Touch, that's another rouse check. So, I'm going to ask Calvin first what he wants to know.
What is it?
Well,
How is it trapped?
how's it trapped?
Is someone's sire in there?
Oh God.
I mean, it is a Buddhist mortuary tablet.
So it's like a... Yeah, okay. Like a giant... Yeah.
But there is something in it.
What is in
Not a physical thing.
No, some kind of spiritual thing. Similar to the statues we were dealing with.
She traded ghosts. She traded me a ghost for a ghost.
I think so. Can I have my heightened senses on? Since I don't need a rouse check for that?
Sure.
Do I get anything else?
From heightened senses?
Yeah.
Make with additional Auspex dice. And remember, we haven't been doing this. You get at blood potency... Your blood potency 2?
Yep.
You will get it. You get an extra die on all of your disciplines.
Oh.
Everybody at blood potency 2 gets an extra die whenever they use a discipline, and because you're using a discipline to make your Auspex, to make your what will be an investigation wits roll, plus your dots and Auspex, plus 1, so plus 5 dice.
Jesus.
So it's, yeah, investigation plus wits plus 5 dice.
Wow.
And remember, willpowers can be used to reroll if you so choose.
I've never actually spent willpower, so how does this work? I just hit
Easy
the
peasy,
willpower
lemon squeezy.
reroll?
Yeah, you hit the willpower reroll and do 3.
Okay. Two
Alright,
extra successes.
So that's 6 successes. There's additional engravings on either side of it that are almost impossible to read. And they're a limerick, which essentially says, and because you have your occult library, I'm going to let you translate this. Essentially what it says is that when freely given when freely given as a gift and freely accepted as a gift, this essentially acts as a battery that will take a certain amount of, you think blood, the translation's weird, it's like spirit, key, something. Your brain goes to blood when you look at it. It retains a certain amount of blood, or key, or something. But if given in malice, it will continue to drain from the bearer. So in other words, if this was freely given and freely accepted without malice, it will only take so much, right? And then hold it, and the owner can then use it like a battery. But if given in malice and freely accepted, if given with ill intent and freely accepted, it doesn't turn off.
Okay, so before I give all this information, Alexander is going to be squinting at the side to read this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Comparing notebook and that sort of thing. And then he's going to look at Calvin quite seriously and ask, how was this given to you? Was it with malice? Was it with, just genuine gift giving? How did you...
Lord, no. No malice. Definitely.
Get rid of it. Get rid of it. What this is doing is draining you.
What do you mean? Tell me more about it, though. Like,
okay.
What was the other part?
So, if it's given as a gift, it acts as a battery. It will take a certain amount of your blood or ki. I'm not sure what the actual translation would be. And you can use it as a battery, as something to restore you. Mm-hmm. But if given in malice, it will continue to drain you of this ki or blood.
Oh, That's simple. Alexander, I have a gift for you. Would you like it?
M is personally afraid to accept it. Alexander thinks it's a great idea and gladly takes it.
I gladly give you this item.
Thank you. I am happy to accept it.
I forgot to. I'll do it at break. Never mind. That has nothing to do with you all. I was just looking at chat and forgot to do something, and I feel bad about it.
So I have this thing now.
You have, enjoy your mystic battery.
I want to give you guys. I want to give you something, but I need you. I can't do it.
Don't do it, Throck.
I
We
can't.
haven't heard it?
Go on.
I mean,
No.
we could ask. We could give it to
Yeah.
Hyacinth. Maybe she could use it.
I mentioned it.
What I want to do is I want to keep an eye on my personal feelings about it and study it. Since I know what it's doing.
Okay. So how devious is Alexander, do you think?
Sorry?
How devious? How tricksy? How...
On a sliding scale between 0 and 5, maybe -1.
Okay.
He's
There you
not
go.
a very
Yeah,
devious
there you go.
person.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. And you just want to kind of study it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's yours now.
I want to keep an eye on it because if I know what it's doing, I kind of want to see if it will, which one it does to me. Is it the benefit or is it the I'm going to possibly be drained of all of my energy?
Make a rouse check while you're thinking about this, actually.
Make a rouse check.
Yeah.
Feeling foolish.
Okay.
Well, you do feel as if you're hungrier now, and that hunger is contained within this thing. What you could attempt to do is focus on it and attempt to pull that hunger back out and see what happens.
Yeah. Sure. I will attempt to do that.
Okay, make a willpower test. We didn't write a mechanic for this. I didn't know how far deep we'd get into this specific piece, but we'll just make it a willpower test. Yeah.
So I just roll willpower?
Roll willpower. Get 1 success. There you go.
Hey,
Okay.
well-
Yes, you regain a hunger, and you feel like the battery is now empty.
I mean, you could also present it as a gift to Don Sebastian.
The problem is that Alexander is not the best liar.
Thank you. That's. I was just waiting for that. I was just
Or
like, we
Lisbeth.
could.
Oh, you could give that to Lisbeth.
I am not a good liar. I feel like it would fall
You just
completely.
Alexander, it's okay. You just
You-
don't say. You just give the
Here.
gift. Ming didn't tell me it was dangerous. Ming wasn't like, here's this magical, awful thing that I'm going to give you and curse you with forever. No. Your sire is so self-absorbed, they will read into it that you love them again. And you won't give that to them with anything except malice in your heart. Or you can have a fun mystic battery. Up to you.
I'll think on it.
I'm going to go
I
write a thank you note to
Can't
Ming.
promise.
And on that, we close the night.
I'm out of water. Yeah.
And we are going to go to our break. But 2 things before we go to break. First, I made a promise to thank the folks who made this. Who made our character sheet, which was made by the Grand Coterie. This is used on Roll20. Anybody can use it. They are doing a lot of great work for Vampire 5, and this character sheet is in the main amazing. Although I could throw some tweak to them if they ever decided to ask me. Most of them are just based on my previous preconceptions of World of Darkness. There's nothing inherently wrong with the sheet, and I love it, and I've loved using it, and it makes creating bespoke rolls easy. So if you're ever playing Vampire 5, you should check out the Grand Coterie. I'm trying to think if it says who the Dark Pack portions of the material yeah, and they are also supporting the Red Cross through a Just Giving link and through the use of their thing. It's not letting me highlight the link for some reason. What if I do that? Can I do it now? I cannot. But I will find a way to get that link to you all. But this is actually one of our STs had a conversation with them, and they were really awesome to us. And so I promised that I would shout out the character sheet. And if you're ever using V5, you should use his character sheet because it's pretty great. Oh, there it is. Hey, thank you, Death. All right, and with that, we're going to go to our break. We also got 2 new patrons over the first half of this. We launched our patron today. We got halfway. We got our first goal, and we're halfway to our second goal. If you're into our mission, check it out down below. We'd love to have you as part of the patronage team. But we're going to take our break right now, and we'll be back in a moment after I turn on the things and make them happen. Turn that off, then turn that on, and then we do that, and then do the thing. Thank you. Okay, we're out.
Sergeant First Class Mark Wood.
I did that on purpose. Anyone who knows me know I did that on purpose. Hey, we're back with the second half of our Camarilla game here on A Crusade of Thorns, a Vampire the Masquerade noir chronicle, which is why we're all in black and white, by the way. It's a noir, get it? So there's like, okay, anyways. I someday I just want to like paint half my face with like darker lines and lighter lines, so it looks like there's a Venetian blind with like a big light shining through it, and
get all those contours showing.
Yeah,
would you end up looking
a lot of work for very little payoff?
I know. Yeah, quick, everyone vape right now. It's a smoky room.
Ambiance.
Yeah. Okay, and we're back. The night has passed, or the day has passed uneventfully, and you wake from nothing into your reality again. Finding yourself on the morn, the eve morn, the morn, the eve, the eve. We'll just say the eve. The whole nighttime thing, man. On the eve of Don Sebastian's Elysium, plans are afoot, as everybody in our party needs to make rouse checks. And if you've taken any sort of damage, you should, of course, make a rouse check to heal it. And everybody except Jamie's hungry.
Hold on, I have to roll. I somehow got my sheet messed up. There we go. That's what I did.
It's that quiet, craggy mountain demeanor.
Okay, here's my first rouse check of the night. Yay. Here's my 3 rouse checks to get off the last of the aggravated damage and fully grow my leg back.
Yay! Good. Efficient.
Wow.
Yay. Nicely done.
And here's my blush of life. Damn.
On that one.
I'm back up to 1 hunger.
How do we
Okay.
see superficial again?
Make 1 rouse check, heal 3 superficial.
Okay, so here's 1 to heal, and
yeah.
1 for blush of life. Womp womp.
Womp womp. Anybody else blush of life-ing?
I did do a rouse check to kill that last superficial.
Fuck.
and
Sorry.
Oh, I also have a
I don't
remorse.
care if you cuss.
Blush of life. Okay,
I have a
I only
remorse.
gained 100. It's fine.
Okay.
I have a remorse roll I need to do.
You do make a remorse roll.
Oh, I should probably do one too.
Yeah, if
I
you have
have-
remorse rolls, now would be the time to make them. Humanity pet. Oh, Celine doesn't even give a crap and doesn't feel bad at all. Calvin feels terrible about his inhumane actions, but Celine doesn't give a crap and loses a dot of humanity. Calvin, who was like, I'm prepared to be more awful.
So how does that work?
So
then?
right now you have your humanities, well, like 6 or 7 maybe?
6, yes.
Yeah, so it is now 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do I still have slashes?
You do not. You remove all of your
Okay.
slashes. Yeah. Okay. Our party wakes up and gathers as there's someone waiting at the bar with a black handbag.
Oh no.
Death.
What fresh hell is this?
It's a delivery.
Well, okay. Who has cash for tip?
I do. Yes. Hello.
Death, you want to handle this?
No, I'll let you handle that. That's perfect.
Oh, okay. Well, it's from Ming, so I figured.
Oh, well, it's just one of the randoms.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine. You can handle
Okay.
it.
It's a Chinese-looking man in about his early 30s, swept back black hair, wearing a white button-up shirt that looks like it's got like he's been in a kitchen or something. Like it's got some stains here and there, but only like where there wouldn't be an apron. Black pants and kind of ankle-high leather boots. And he goes, "I come bearing a gift from Ming."
That's a little small.
Ashes do not take up much space.
Oh no.
That wasn't our deal.
We could not help the manner of the delivery. Some people go down hard.
Is this who I think it is?
Which is why it was so difficult. Or will be so difficult. This is not our deal.
I can return to Ming with your message. But I am to leave this here either way.
Thank Ming for this, and that... You know what? Thank Ming for this, and that, also this thank you note that I've written for her. Take this back. I think we're good.
What's the
I
note say?
The note is just, thank you for your lovely gift. I'm sure it will be put to great use. Sincerely, Calvin.
Okay. He hands the bag over to you,
Just leave it on the counter, please.
puts it on the counter. Sorry about what happened to your bar there. Everything okay?
We're renovating.
I understand. And with that, he walks out.
You got a demo to Reno?
So
Yeah, demo to Remo.
Ming did not deliver.
Can someone confirm if this is who I think it is?
Do you
Hi,
think
is-
that this is hubris in here?
That's what I want to know. Is this hubris?
Well,
Hyacinth is here. Just
this
remember.
is- everything we do is the height of hubris. Yes. However,
God.
let's have her investigate.
Please,
Uh,
Hyacinth.
Yes, of course. Please hold. And she opens it and goes, that's not a lot of ash. That's not a whole body's worth of ash. But,
Yeah. It's certainly not something we can behead in public.
And she opens up this doctor's bag and pulls out a golden goblet that has these kind of ruby inlaid sort of filigrees that are flush with it. It's like they were inlaid into the cup itself and run all the way down to the bottom and kind of rim the top of it as well. And she just scoops it into the bag, and then you see her bite into herself and bleed into it. For about 5 minutes, there's this weave of magic around it, and then she drinks it. And I need to make a roll. What do I have here? Oh, well, I'll use Roderick. It's fine. Although I have to turn his intelligence down to fucking 11. Jesus. What did I even do? God. Here we go.
It won't stop rolling dice. Jesus.
Okay, well, there you go.
8
Well,
successes.
I'm using the 8 successes is plenty. It's enough. It's more than enough. I think 5e might have a scaling issue now that I think about the additional discipline dice. It's fine. Whatever. That's for a different conversation. She goes, oh, this is I don't believe this is who they meant to give to you.
It's who they meant to give to us, but who is it?
It's fascinating, really.
You said that last time and it wasn't.
I know, but this is extra fascinating. It's Regina Wynn.
Well,
I guess Calvin's not calling in any favors.
Yes, thank you. Excuse me a moment, I have to adjust a door.
lots of renovation happening.
That's worrisome to me. She was not an inconsiderable elder. She was a not inconsiderable elder.
So
And then I come
is-
back in the room. Sorry.
who did this? Was it Ming's people that did this? Is that what is being implied here, or did Ming get this from somewhere else?
I imagine she got this from somewhere else.
Hmm.
Ming
I don't-
loves to give us allies.
I do not... Being able to taste the blood does not allow me to ascertain the moment of death. I don't know who killed Regina Wynn, only that it is. She was quite potent, actually.
That's interesting.
That's worrisome. Yes.
Why would she be more potent?
I
Not
just mean she was elder. She was old. Or at least had allowed her blood to mature for quite some time.
Hmm.
Nosferatu are known for their strengths too.
I just meant blood potent, not like I hit you hard potent. Although they are that as well, yes.
I thought you were going for the. Never mind. This is a solemn situation, I think.
Oh, yes, right. I feel quite bad about this person who I probably talked to 4 times.
Well, I feel quite bad about the opportunity I lost, but that's on me.
That I respect.
Well,
So,
we
So,
know more now. Mr. Chen, that information is free.
And you actually see, for the most part, Chen has been giving just... He looks concerned.
We keep forgetting you're here because you are so calm, Mr. Chen. We probably should not be talking about these things in front of you, and we are more careful in front of in front of others.
Use an etiquette. You have etiquette.
Do you want me to roll it?
Unless you want to have made that Freudian slip happen, how many dots in etiquette do you have?
2, but I'm more than willing to let that fly. What Freudian slip did I make? I didn't even notice.
You said in front of enemies.
Yes, because he's an ally.
Yes, but you said...
I said what I said.
Okay.
I'll live and die by my word. Until we die.
So actually what's going to happen is Jamie's going to walk over to the bag of ashes, and he's going to kind of look in the ashes for a moment, and he's going to look over to Silas. Come with me.
If you want to live.
Lead the way.
And as they walk out, it's like, you will drive.
Oh, we're going. Hang on a sec. Guys, we're leaving.
Bye.
Good luck with your shit.
Good luck.
Have them start in the castle.
Be safe.
Hey,
Make sure you have enough steaks for everybody.
try not to die. That's just
Okay.
how we all say goodbye now.
Don't die. So Silas and Jackie, sorry. So, Silas and Jamie head out. Celine, Calvin, Alexander, Audra, Sable, Hyacinth, Captain Mitchell. What are you all doing?
This isn't the deal we made with Ming, is it, Calvin?
Would you like to make another one that ends up this poorly?
No, but Ming did not hold up her end of the deal, is what I'm saying. This is concerning.
Ming did not hold up her end of the deal, and there is no way we could make her. There is nothing we can do to Ming to make her unless we want to start throwing our people at her. She's not as strong as she first appears, but she certainly has a lot of guys around her. And I'm not willing to make that attack. If the Anarchs want to do it, now that Mr. Chen is gone, if the Anarchs want to do it, they can have at.
Perhaps it's best to pick our battles for now. We
Got
have a
to.
big one looming.
Yeah. I'm just saying I wouldn't mind if Ming was dead, but that's fine.
Sorry.
I would feel much better about my own life if Ming were dead. However, she has continued to one-up me, and she's going to continue to do it until I force her not to, and that's not going to be today. Yeah. I should have learned.
Yeah, you should have. What happens next? Oh, go ahead.
Did Chen leave the ashes?
Yes.
Okay, so the ashes are still there.
Mhm.
I need to feed before anything happens tonight.
Okay.
So I think I'll try to go do that. I don't know how I'm going to do that.
We
But-
start with a roll of the dice.
Alexander says to put the ashes somewhere safe. He can deal with them when he comes back.
Will do.
So you were a consensualist.
Yeah, trying to find somebody where the streets are dead is going to be fun.
Oh, the streets are not dead. This is...
Oh, no?
You are in the most popular part of the city now. There's no martial law here. This is Beverly Hills. You're not downtown, you're not in East LA. This is... If you imagine Times Square, except in the 1940s, with no high-rises, but it's just a bunch of clubs on a long street. If you imagine an incredibly packed, very party sort of district.
And nothing but sailors.
And nothing but sailors, actors, yes, it is you're in Beverly. So imagine the Hyatt. Yes, what you want you can find.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go find somebody who looks like I can convince them.
Nice. Yeah, just a persuasion, charisma plus 2 dice because of your domain stuff.
And then plus 2 dice, but what about my specialty?
Plus that as well.
Okay, so plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Well,
You will easily find someone who, through whatever contrived means you feel are necessary, and you can feel free to roleplay that out if you want. How much hunger did you have?
I have 4.
Okay, you'll be down to 2 hunger.
It's easier to manage. Alexander's going to use the same story as before, so it's not entirely exciting.
Yeah.
Probably going to go after some kind of sailor or military-looking person.
It is easy enough to do. You are rife with sailors and marines and army folk and people at least dressed like that. Yeah.
Okay, when I return, I want to inspect the ashes.
Do it. Well, in what way would you like to inspect them?
I want to use Spirit's Touch.
Okay.
Okay, 1 second.
Knowing that a ritual has been completed on them,
It's going to be difficult.
It will be more difficult for you to penetrate through, indeed.
Yeah. I kind of wish I didn't have 4 hunger. Otherwise, I would have told Hyacinth to let me do it beforehand,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Yeah. So remember to add an additional die to your roll for Spirit's Touch. Because you're blood potency 2. I mean, fuck it. Fuck it. Might as well keep getting 5 successes on everything. There was a battle. You hear the sounds of combat around you, breaking glass, explosions, this bestial roar. Most of it is behind her somewhere. And then in a moment, you see this face. Zed, are you in chat? I can't remember who took down Regina off the top of my head.
Oh, Roxy had the pleasure and luxury.
You see another Nosferatu, a female, who's wearing this kind of tattered cloak. She stakes you, and then you feel her drink all of your life essence down to your heart's blood, and then it's gone.
Well, we know how she died. I'll relay the information and say that I don't recognize the face personally, but I know who to look for.
Well, you would if you see him again?
Yeah. I suspect that it's possibly Sabat or no? Like, no information from that.
If you want to use a willpower to reroll 3 of those fails to see if you can garner some more successes, possibly even a crit.
I think, didn't Hyacinth say that it was probably Sabat?
Who was guessing? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay, no, you're not sure.
I think it's... Yeah. Probably Sabat.
It's certainly not a kindred you've ever seen before.
But they took down Regina Wynn.
In some sort of large fight.
Oh boy. All right. There's nothing we can do about that. God. All right. Well, don't get any fights. Go enjoy your party. Are you taking Vivian Lee or not?
To a date, no.
Thank you. I know you want to rub Elizabeth's face in it.
That can
Poor woman alone.
That can wait.
Yes.
Thank you. All right.
All right. Are we ready, break? Ready,
Yeah.
break! Alexander, make a rash check.
Oh, right. I forgot I still have this thing.
Okay, you're fine.
I'm going to probably... Okay, so what I wanted to ask, is there anything... Can I tell if there's still energy in it? Or is it, like, empty?
It is currently empty, and you know it is empty because you were the last one to draw energy from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to see if there was, like, energy from Calvin left in it or something. But if it's, like, individual based, then that's... Yeah, I'm just curious.
Yep.
All right.
All right. As our three groups go off in different directions, we'll take them one at a time. We'll maybe do some smash cuts here and there as we go through, but we will start with Silas and Jamie driving to the Lily of the Valley. As you head up through the Hollywood Hills and into Burbank, you come upon a strange scene. While the street has been cleared, it's obvious something incredibly violent happened here since the last time any of you were at this location. The Lily of the Valley is a small, freestanding flower shop that had a glass front to it, had a number of glass like cases in it, and then like those sweeping thing. What are they? You know, that hold like flowers up on like risers, and then had a counter at the back, and then there was kind of a back area as well. The entire glass front has been blown out. And there's what looks like scarring from fire or something as you pull up.
Be on your guard.
Yeah, I'll say.
Jamie's gonna get out of the car once it's stopped.
Okay.
Car stop.
So imagine it in its own kind of parking lot, right? This is Hollywood in the 40s, and you're up in the hills, so it's not the most... There are other buildings around, but they're all freestanding buildings. It's like driving around a suburban business area where it's a bunch of like one-story buildings with shops that have their own parking lots that are not connected. And this has its own small parking lot that has like 4 or 5 parking spaces in the front of it, and then an area around back, and there's maybe 20 feet between it and the buildings on either side of it.
Jamie's probably going to go looking inside the front of the shop and try to survey what's inside.
Yeah. So, that is exactly right. It's funny that you mentioned that. Yes, Portia, that is correct. But the first thing you notice, without even having to make an investigation check, there are shell casings. There are bullet pockmarks.
I pick up one of the shell casings. Do I recognize what kind of gun it might have come from?
These came from Thompson machine guns, I do believe.
Okay.
I really should have watched that fight again before this, but I'm a terrible SC. Verisimilitude out the fucking window. Garand's, M1 Garand's, yes. So some of them are 303 cartridges from M1 Garand's. You know these are a military-style cartridge. And some of them are from Thompson machine guns, or little 45 ACP guys about this big. And so there's actually 2 different types of bullet casings here.
Firefight must have broken out.
Yes.
Didn't you use this shop as a base of operations?
Jamie kind of looks over at Silas, squinting. How would you know?
I know a thing about a thing.
I must be getting rusty in my old age.
Or I'm just getting better.
Can I have both of you make awareness wits tests?
Am I adding anything to this, Throck?
Are you using heightened senses?
I can, yes.
It's up to you if you want to.
He probably will. He wants to
You
see.
should.
So he only has an aspects of 2. So, all right.
Okay. Both of you hear this quiet whispering coming from the back room where the door is closed, and you realize it's more than one person.
Jamie looks over at Silas. And nods towards the back. And we'll probably Jamie's definitely going to be approaching very cautiously and carefully.
Okay, can I get stealth and dex?
Yes, you may. May not be well for me. Oh!
Well, it's a stealth check that messy criticals, which means it turns into a stealth failure. So, as you come up to the door, for a moment, you step on a piece of broken glass that you didn't see immediately. There's a kch. And then as you do, you realize that piece of glass was like holding up these 3 pieces of like broken metal that were there. And there's this clank, 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 clank. And the chanting stops. And the door opens, the door rips off its hinges, and you see this half-man, half-wolf beast looking out at the two of you with his eyes wide. And behind him, you see 3 more with these snouts and this almost human body, and you see the other 3 of them were circled around what looks like this rent and destroyed carcass of a werewolf, and there's almost this bluish glow coming off of it, and this werewolf, for lack of a better term, looks at you and, "Did you do this?" And you see his claws come out.
Oh, shit.
Be cool. Be cool, son.
You've got like 2 seconds to respond before something horrible happens.
We just got here. We don't know anything.
Make a persuasion charisma.
Oh, God. We're gonna die.
Can I throw awe in there just for
You may 100% absolutely throw your dots of presence in there. +1. And you see him go, and the 3 behind him kind of look up, and it's obvious that they're taking his lead. And he goes, "What are you doing here?"
Hey, that's a fun question. Hey, what are we doing here?
He's just looking between the 2 of you, waiting for someone to respond.
Jamie, you brought me here. Would you please tell me why you brought me here?
Yeah.
Like right in your face, Jamie. And you feel the hot breath of this thing on you, towering over you at 8 feet tall. It leans down and looks you directly in the eyes, these yellow, piercing eyes, and you just feel the rage roiling off of him.
We want to know what happened here as well.
My kinsman was slaughtered!
And a friend of mine was also killed here.
Okay, see? We're on the same side of this.
He looks back at his people.
Noticing small details, so why don't you let us take a look at the crime scene?
We claim this site by right and blood. You stand here at our sufferance. Why should we let you live? And you hear this. Take them! Take them!
Hold up. We could give you satisfaction on this. If we can look around, any information we find is yours.
You got the critical hit, so I'm gonna let that ride on this because I think that's narratively appropriate as well. And you see him detense even more as he goes, "We will finish our rite first, and then we will investigate together."
Tell you what, we'll be right outside. Just give a howl when you're ready.
You like see his face twitch when you say that, but then he turns and he like picks up the door and like puts it back on its hinges, and it shuts between the two of you, and the whispering continues. This chanting whisper.
Hey, how about we go out to the sidewalk for a sec or two?
I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah. So, while we're out here,
Yes.
who do you know that's dead back there, man?
Well, it's already been confirmed. It's Regina.
Regina died here.
Yes. This is
And
one
how
of
do you
her-
know that?
This is one of her locations where she sometimes speaks with me.
Speaks with you about?
Various things. We were friends for a time.
So if you had to hazard a guess, what are them big damn werewolves doing back there?
Well, the fact that they claim that there's one of their own slain here suggests something happened, and I do not believe it was Regina.
So you think whatever killed Regina also killed one of theirs?
I'm beginning to suspect possibly.
Did Regina meet up with a lot of werewolves? What's the connection there?
No, Regina, as far as I knew, did not ever interact with the werewolves here.
Okay. Well, I guess when we go in, maintain your composure. I know that's going to be very hard for you, but just
Jamie actually cracks a smile for a moment.
there you go.
And on the cracked smile, we will cut scene to Calvin and Audra.
Just not talking in a car, I think.
Where are you headed?
We need to talk to Matilda, I believe.
Yes.
We should
Well-
handle Matilda first, is my suggestion.
I think Audra needs to feed before we leave. So if we want to just very quickly run through that, we don't need to role play it
Make
out.
thy roll. Yeah. Make your feeding.
Surrounded by exactly what Calvin wants. He's okay.
Well, Audra's surrounded by exactly what she wants too, so it's okay. What is that roll again? I always forget.
You are seduction persuasion.
And you should have a
Or
special.
I'm sorry, seduction manipulation.
Yep, seduction. If I can
And
ever
you
find it.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's persuasion manipulation
There we go.
with
okay.
an extra die for seduction. Yep.
Seduction. There we go. That's what
Seduction's
I
not its own skill. That would be oddly specific. Screwdriver usage is also a skill in White Wolf, apparently.
This isn't Rifts.
thought. Do I get +2 dots for domain?
Yeah, absolutely.
So +3 is the
Yeah,
mod.
+3.
Whoop! Oh!
It is not a bestial failure. It's not a bestial failure. How much hunger did you have?
I had I had 4 hunger.
You will reduce it by 2. You will be at 2 hunger.
Perfecto. She's good to
Okay.
go.
All right. So you are all driving to see Matilda. We will assume that Sydney set you guys up a meeting, and Matilda is the Ventru, well, quote unquote whip at this point. The Ventru formerly known as Whip. Matilda has holdings actually in not Beverly Hills. What is it? It's hang on. It's right next door. I'm stupid.
Document.
It's fine. In Brentwood. That is where she asked you to meet her. Obviously not her haven. No one's like, hey, come over to my haven and hang out. But that is where there is a small club there that she owns, that she invites you to meet her at.
Excellent. Matilda, how are you? I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to talk at the informal meetup we had last night.
Well, it felt like quite the oversight.
Yes, it was. I apologize.
Etiquette, charisma. Okay.
2 successes.
She seems to buy it.
I sometimes take for granted the bonds of the Ventru. You are, in your own right, a powerful Ventru, and I just assumed that you would not follow Don Sebastian.
I am on the fence. I'm certainly not going to become a dirty anarch.
There may be a third option.
And what
I
is
look over.
that?
Audra,
Yes?
would you like to explain it?
I think you're better at wording it than me, but I'll give it a shot. We would maintain the Camarilla, and stop me if I get this wrong, Kevin, because
Yeah, Calvin will jump in if you get it wrong.
Okay. We would maintain the Camarilla, while seemingly giving the Anarchs what they want. But the Anarchs want what's best for themselves, and they have forgotten that the Sabbat are around, that the government is around. And so we will continue as the Camarilla and the Ventru always do, and let the Anarchs have what they want. And that saves us all from a bloody mess, essentially.
Create an island of civility within there.
Exactly, while paying lip service.
Exactly.
And maybe even working with them when needed.
Will they know it is like this, or will they think we are like them?
No matter what we do, they're going to assume it's like this.
That's fair. At least the smarter ones will.
And the less smart ones, I don't think we have to worry about.
No, I don't care about them at all. My holdings primarily reside here in Brentwood with a number of upper-class salons. And then, of course, in Hollywood, like you as well, Calvin. I have some holdings there as well. My primary concern is that those holdings remain mine.
We will be negotiating with them. And I will do my absolute best to make sure you, no matter who is technically baron of whatever, that you maintain this. That you maintain power in the areas you control.
That's all I care about right now.
I think that's
understand.
almost-
No offense, Adra. I'm an admirer of her grandsire. I think she did amazing things to get rid of Don Sebastian, but there was a rising tide here that I do not believe she had any opportunity to defeat. I think she was put in a bad situation and did what many of us do when we see a weakness. We strike at it and attempt to gain a little bit of something for ourselves. It just happened to be the wrong time. Sometimes it's the wrong time. I do not think Don Sebastian will be able to hold power, nor do I want to bend the knee to him. He has proven nothing except incompetence in his time. The breaches of the Masquerade during his tenure were grotesque, and while he was adept at cleaning them up, it's better not to have them in the first place.
You lose
If you
more
can
by,
guarantee...
You lose more by having people clean up after you.
Indeed. So if you can guarantee quiet, allow me to do what I do without any undue nonsense from Anarch or Sabat or other people, I will happily be a part of this coalition you are building.
That is our goal. I cannot guarantee anything about the Sabat.
Of course not. Are you going to do something about them?
We're taking every measure we can at the moment. If you have any information, we are short on leads at the moment, but we have some people investigating.
I don't know that they run around my people. But if any of them have any connection to Hollywood in any way, I can certainly find out for you.
I would appreciate that. They were at least connected to RKO. Hubris attempted to murder us in RKO. He's a Malkavian. And then I give her the whole what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, blah blah blah. It was hilarious to people not being tortured by it, including the players. It was fun. But yeah, and then a Gould shark ripped off my calf.
How awful!
I know, but it happened at RKO.
It's interesting. Let me look into it a bit more. I do have some contacts there.
I don't. I kind of burned some of them.
I heard.
Yeah, well, he didn't get an Oscar, so...
He did not get the Oscar. That was well done of you.
No, he did get an Oscar, but he had to share it.
Yes, and that's the same as not getting one.
That was so much sweeter, actually.
Yes. I know where he's going to be tomorrow night, if you have any interest in saying hello in your own special way.
Is it that damn circus he's doing? I don't...
Yes.
Does Audra have any clue what either of these two are on about?
Oh, this was before you were here. I'm sorry. I have someone that I severely dislike who is a well-known person in Hollywood. We can talk about it later.
You two carry on.
Yes, if you...
Whatever.
It's just a private joke between me and the Primogen. And I dropped the word Primogen.
Well, let's just say it's not Humphrey Bogart.
If only. That man knows how to do a contract properly.
Oh, yes, he does. But I feel like we are secure at the moment in our understanding. I shall look to help. You will... what are you planning to do about Don Sebastian?
We're allying with the... I look around very briefly. We're allying with the rabble. What do you think we're going to do about Don Sebastian?
You're just going to point the loaded rifle in the right direction and let it do what it does.
Exactly.
I love it.
And that's why you're so good at your job, too.
Yeah. No need for us to do the dirty work when the dirty people can do the dirty work.
Well, sometimes the dirty work is also very fun.
If that's how you believe, I will leave you to your fun. I will go have mine.
Well, thank you so much for meeting with us. I don't believe we have... I don't want to take up more of your time.
Of course not. We should have a board meeting soon and talk about how to better maximize profits within the city.
I have some ideas. I found some papers. We'll talk.
Excellent. I'm very excited.
All the new openings and opportunities that the unfortunate deaths of many of the former leadership have left some very large business gaps that we can fill, but that's not for now.
That is one of the excellent things when the O2 high and mighty fall, is they leave opportunity.
Nothing's better than an empty chair at a very nice table.
Indeed. Thank you.
I think done yet.
Oh, we could probably do this for another 2 hours, but yes, I think
I can banter like a Ventrue all day, darling. They're my favorite clan, and I love it. It's so much fun.
But yes, I think we're good.
Okay. And cutscene to Celine and Alexander. Alexander, can you make a No, it's a composure. Hang on, I have to look at what it is. Hang on a second. Sorry. Not that. Dominate. Do I have your no? Okay. I just literally made somebody with this power. Where's it at? There we are. Okay. I also literally made a cheat sheet that I didn't bring up because I'm smart. Make a composure plus intelligence test, please.
Okay. Sorry, I'm having problems finding things right now.
That's okay.
I
They're
found
both
it.
on top. Okay.
No bonuses?
Nope. Actually, -1 die from your blood bond. Oh wait, you have a lingering bond, right?
Yes, I do.
-2 dice from your roll.
Oh, no, I shouldn't have asked. Okay.
Interestingly, so you feel the pull of your sire calling you. They would really like you to be at their side now, as you know that a higher level power of presence has been used on you. Called summoning.
So, what's been used on me?
You have been summoned, mystically.
Okay.
Yes. You were going anyways, but Lisbeth didn't know that, and so you feel Lisbeth's, mystical pull, dragging you by the shirt collar. And you really want to go. You really want to go. You're like, I need to go do that. You know you're being called, and you know that she's at the Hotel Miramar, which is where you expected her to be. But she didn't know you knew and all that stuff, so she decided to make you come by grabbing your brain and dragging it.
All right. Alexander might turn to Celine and say we should hurry. But on the way, how are we getting there, actually? Who's driving?
Oh, I have a security company, and Celine would definitely make them drive.
Okay,
Security
good, 'cause
company
I don't-
drives. 2 armed guards are driving you to this place.
Okay. I was just
Yeah.
afraid that one of us would have to drive, and that would be a disaster. Because I don't...
In a fast,
I
very
can't
tough-looking Buick.
But in the car, Alexander is going to tell Celine about the item he has. And he's going to give her all the details so she understands that if he were to give this to her without malice, that she would, get this particular property of having a battery. And she could do with it with it how she will, It's not up to him to decide how she deals with the gift, if she wants it. But she has to take it willingly and, accept it with good faith. And if she were to, say, give it to someone with malice, it would do the complete opposite of a battery, which is just continuously drain. He's basically trying to, leave it in her hands. If she wants it. If she has uses for it.
Thank you, Alexander. I will accept that.
Excellent. Here you
Make a
go.
rouse check. So make a rouse check as we pass this thing around. You're fine. Any other car business? Anything you want to prep, talk about, get on the same page about before you make it?
And Alexander,
Yes?
I want you to know that this could potentially be dangerous for us. If anything,
I'm being summoned, so I have a feeling there's something going on.
Yes, well, if anything goes wrong, I want you to do your best to run.
Well, I'm certainly good at running. I'm not unfamiliar with running away, I suppose. But is there any particular reason why you say this?
You keep it secret.
I will keep whatever is not mine to tell.
Right. I will agree to help Audra. But tonight I walk in there pretending to be exactly what I was just a few days ago on Don Sebastian's side. I could get caught in a line. It could end very badly for us.
Well, I mean, if it gets shown that I'm not exactly on Don Sebastian's side either, I don't think it will go very well, regardless. But I understand what you mean.
Yeah. I think that's scene. I think we're done with car business there.
Okay. You pull up to the Hotel Miramar, a place where you've been twice before. Once to visit Lisbeth, and once for a terrifying scene in the basement. Here you find... No, that was at a different hotel. You're right. Calvin's giving me the eye. That was actually at a different hotel. I want them to see the same one because I like narrative simplicity, but they're not. They're different hotels. Anyways, you make your way to the gorgeous Miramar Hotel overlooking the Pacific as the breeze blows in off the beach. Were you so to choose to turn on your olfactory senses, because you're dead and you don't have to, you could smell the sea air, and you could smell the gorgeous food that is being cooked somewhere within the building, as this highest of class hotels welcomes a less mortal form of guest for the evening. Your car pulls up, and a impeccably dressed in a full tuxedo, white, with a black tie, porter opens the door. He looks down at a pad and he goes, "Lady Celine and Master Alexander, yes?"
Yes.
Correct.
The Elysium will be held in the penthouse of Lisbeth Afianza. I'm sure you are familiar.
Yes, thank you.
Of
I
course.
still look at her security and just like, stay with the car.
Yes, sir. Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Sorry, I immediately, when I'm doing a British sergeant, go, yes, sir, because it's what they do. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. And they drive off with the car. Yeah. And as you come in again with this immaculately appointed, like, gold-embellished marble foyer with, like, a grand sitting room on one side and a bar on the other, and this tall desk off to one side. In front of you, at about 40 feet away, as you walk through this open area that goes up 3 stories to these vaulted, arched ceilings, the height of Los Angeles luxury in the 1940s. You make your way to the elevator. And you head up, because you know exactly where you're going. With a ding, the door opens. There are 30 vampires in here. That is probably 2 to 3 times more than you expected. Some of them look a little confused, but you feel that pulse of kindredness from each of them. Standing off to one corner, talking with someone you don't recognize, is Lisbeth. But you don't see Don Sebastian. Other people of note who are currently here are Sergei, and I need to bring up my notes for the rest of them. Please hold. Who you have had one interaction with so far. Sergei the Russian, who holds domain just south of here. And then, that is still the wrong document. Thank you. Of note otherwise is Philomath, Can I have the right thing? No? Okay. Hang on. There it is. Sorry, team. I don't know why I didn't have these up before. I really should have. I apologize for being imperfect. Okay. So let's see. Is Philomath is definitely here. And interestingly, Aventru, who you know by the name of Gustavo Dominguez, who is holds domain kind of north of where you all are at in Pasadena. And then not Philomath. Sorry. Thank you. I was wrong about that. Not Philomath. Yes, got you. Hardcore. Thank you. And this is why I should have had my notes up before, because I have all this stuff in my notes. Von Lindy is here as well, along with a number of his coterie members. And this is why we storytell as a team. And a number... It seems like, other than Lisbeth, there's not really any other notable Toreador here. As if there aren't really any other notable Toreador left. Maybe. But there is mingling happening, and as you step through the elevator, you are announced. Lady Celine and Master Alexander, Clan Toreador, arriving. And nearly everybody stops, turns and looks at all of you for a second. Von Lindy kind of gives like a double look, and then goes back to talking to who he's talking to. Gustavo doesn't seem to pay any attention at all, but Lisbeth comes floating directly over to both of you and goes, "Well, hello, my darlings. Welcome to my Elysium. I am so glad that you heeded the call." And she gives you a wink, Alexander. "It is so excellent to see the both of you here tonight."
It's good to see you as well, Lisbeth.
I'm so glad you decided to come. Yes?
Where is everybody?
Well, no one knows what happened to Philomath. We don't know where she is. She was certainly invited. As you know, Flicker is no more. And that leaves you, me, Alexander, and the Don, and Sergei, and, all these new folk who the Don has brought with him.
That's troubling.
I
really
know.
hoped to see Philomath tonight.
As did I, darling. Alexander, my boy, how are you?
I am fine. How are you?
I am excellent. Is the coterie treating you well, I hope?
I enjoy the company.
I'm so glad. It's so important to have friends in times of crisis.
I agree. So, which is why I'm wondering why there are so few of our clan here, but Celine has already asked that.
Oh, well, it turns out it is not so few of our clan. It's just so few of our clan that we know. As I would say about half the people here are Toreador. It seems that the prince has been on a bit of a recruiting spree, if you know what I mean.
I think I do.
Interesting.
I think it is what it is. I believe that we should recruit for talent and not for necessity, but desperate times, I guess. Desperate times.
Where is Don Sebastian?
Oh, he wants to make a grand entrance. I have the whole thing set up. He's using the bedroom right now. He's got some guests in there with him. They were staked when they came in, so I'm not sure what kind of guests they are, but there they are, laying on my divan, just waiting for whatever's going to happen.
I see.
Very excited. But, so, what do you know? What rumors do you have?
Okay, so Alexander says that he doesn't have much and that it's been very uneventful. Which is definitely a lie.
Yes. Yes. Both of you can make empathy wits. Empathy wits.
Insight now?
Empathy?
I'm sorry, insight. Yes, insight and wits.
Okay.
Is empathy a skill? Did I just make that up? Okay, just checking.
No bonuses?
Empathy's in mage.
Yeah.
Oh, empathy's in mage. That's right. Thank you. Yeah. And remember, you can always use willpower to reroll up to 3 non-hunger dice.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. 3 successes for Alexander.
I can only roll 1 dice. Right?
You can only reroll your 1 failed die.
Okay.
Your hunger dice cannot be.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, why not?
Well,
what are you gonna do? You did get 3 successes, and you realize she's trying to cling on to you. She's not comfortable.
Okay. Alexander is going to
She's hiding it very well.
Yeah. But he knows a little bit about her. So he's going to extend an arm to her as a friendly gesture and ask if he could have a word with her in private, since we are still waiting for Don Sebastian.
I think that would be lovely. I would love to. We could go to the second bedroom. I've been using it as my private dressing chamber as well. The Don has decided to take up residence.
Okay, so me hearing second bedroom just goes like, where do they fit all these people plus the bedrooms? Like, this is ridiculous.
It's the whole top floor. Like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, she has the whole top floor. And she will take you into it incredibly nicely. If you imagine, it would be my grandparents, but I'm a little bit older than you, so I don't know if you would be like your grandparents' bedroom, except with gold lame, right? Like, it would be like that. Yeah, so it's post beds, like a big post bed in the center with a mirrored makeup table off to the one side, and these 2 not athames, what are they called? The big chests that you open. Armoires, a thing I've never owned. 2 armoires up on the other side, and it's just kind of gorgeous in there. And there's actually a little bespoke sitting area with 2 smaller davenports with a little table in between them, and she sits on one of them and puts her hands on her legs and goes, "So, what did you want to talk about?"
Well, I'll be quite honest. I had a bit of a premonition for you. What's going on?
Well, nothing, of course, is going on. Everything's fine, darling.
I'm going to ask very politely. Please do not lie to me.
Make a persuasion, charisma, and add 2 dice.
Okay.
She wants to be convinced, but also needs to feel convinced.
Are you kidding me? I could spend another willpower. We'll see.
That's what they're there for. That's literally what they're there for. Okay.
cool.
She would look at you and go, the Don is exacting in his needs and has decided to call upon my hospitality in order to meet those needs.
He's going to play into this comforting role
Okay.
a little bit. So he's going to sit beside her
Okay.
if there's room and place a hand on hers.
Mm-hmm.
Say that must be awfully exhausting.
Darling, it's more than exhausting. He can be quite cruel. You understand?
I think I do, but feel free to explain.
Well, I'd rather not. We'll just say he takes advantage of things he shouldn't.
Is there any way I can help?
I don't know. He does have a reputation for throwing away his toys when they are done with them.
Well, if you can think of anything that you think that I might be able to assist with, please ask.
Make a occult wits roll.
Okay. What is going on tonight?
I don't know. Well, like, your dice are hating you at the moment.
Yeah.
Actually, you could use heightened senses for this, indeed.
Oh,
if you so
I meant
choose.
to mention that I wanted that on since the moment we stepped in the door.
Oh, you don't want
I keep
that.
forgetting. No?
You don't want it on. No, because think about it this way. You're in a noisy, crowded, clinking glasses everywhere with
right.
heightened senses. It would make sense in a quiet place like this to use it, however.
That makes sense. I forgot how sensitive it actually makes you.
Yeah.
And that it can actually be a problem. I can put it on.
Okay. So if you do that, just go ahead and do a /R 5d10. /R space
Sure.
5d10. Because you have Auspex 4, right?
Yes.
Okay, so and then we add an extra die to that. Okay. Do a /R space 5d10. So you got 1, 2, 3 more successes for a total of 4 successes. You have seen people under the compulsions of dominate and presence before, where they will attempt to say things and they make all these little like micro movements with their mouth as they like try to verbalize things, which then suddenly are stopped. And you see that it is obvious that someone is stopping her through compulsion from saying things that she would rather say.
Okay, so I can probably assume that it's Don Sebastian. Or somebody he's forcing to do that. Based on what she's saying. Because she's giving some information. I don't know if there's anything I can do about that.
You can't deprogram. It's not a thing, sadly. Actually, I would argue that there is a way to do it, but it would require a higher level of dominate than the person who used it, or at least an equal level, and then you make tests and things. But if you don't have dominate 5, then it's not going to work.
Yes, I don't have dominate at all.
Yeah.
He is going to give her hand a little pat and say that he understands what's happening, and that there's might not be anything he can do at the moment, but he'll think on it, and he'll do his best.
Thank you. This is a regrettable situation for everyone.
I'm going to suggest that we return to the party sooner rather than later, so as to not disappoint your guests.
I think that's a wise idea, my dear Alexander. And she will stand up and offer you her hand to help you up, if you so take it.
Sure. He's
Okay.
trying to play into being the nice little child, I guess.
Okay. And you enter back. Celine, what were you doing during that time?
Probably talking to somebody she knows. So Sergey. Should probably approach Sergey.
Okay. And he will, in his Russian accent, which I will kind of do okay, not really well, but... Hello, my friend Celine. This is not Russian at all. I don't know what it is. It is just an accent, I guess. It's kind of Frenchy, European-ish or something. I don't know. Anyways, please go.
How have you been, Sergey? It's been
I've
a
had
while.
an interesting few nights.
How so?
There's not much I want to say here, but let's just say that it's important to have new friends, and I'm mostly here to watch and learn, which is, I imagine, why you're here as well.
Have you seen Philomath lately? I was hoping that she would be here.
No, I have not recently seen Philomath. You could make a test on that. That would be to check if he's lying.
Okay.
Because he did look shifty a little bit when he said it, which would be insight wits. No, seems to be on the level.
That is unfortunate.
Yes, quite. We are... Yeah.
I was really hoping that me and her were starting to take a step in the right direction.
Sometimes plans have to change.
That is true. Very, very true. Well, enjoy your night, Sergey.
You as well. Go with the tide. It is safer.
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right, and with that, Alexander comes walking out, and almost immediately after, these two incredibly dressed gentlemen, who look of Spanish extraction in white tuxedos with black ties, come out, and in perfect unison, almost as if they have the same voice, announce Don Sebastian, Prince of Los Angeles. And with that, we're going to cut back to Silas and Jamie. It's been a few minutes, and coming out of the flower shop are four people. They do not look like werewolves. They are, in fact, wearing... One of them is wearing what almost looks like farmer's clothes. One of them looks like kind of a 15-year-old kid with, like, kind of plaid-ish pants and, like, just a white kind of button-up shirt. And they come out and look at you. The leader appears to be this 15-year-old kid, by the way. He was the one who, as he speaks, you hear those same tones of voice. Why are you here?
An acquaintance of ours also died here. We're looking for answers too.
One of them ripped open the chest of one of mine and feasted from it like it was a deer kill. It is sacrilege.
Indeed. That does not sound like anything I've heard from anyone I know.
Yeah, and the shell casings on the ground tell us that this isn't as simple as a one-on-one altercation. something else happened here. We
Let's have a
aim to
look.
figure it out.
Hmm.
And so anybody wants to can roll investigation awareness as you begin to, I would imagine you want to begin searching the area.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, investigation wits. Investigation awareness. What?
It's okay. Question: Does my since my heightened senses is on, does that
Heightened
also
senses would work here. Yeah, add your dots of aspects.
Well, not exactly what I wanted, but I'm willing to spend the willpower reroll for this. I can definitely roll 3 back. Okay, 4 successes it is.
Okay. You can also use a willpower.
Yeah, might as well.
Yep. You will get 3 dice on that.
Okay. 3.
Okay, so it's an extra success. So you both got 3 successes, or did you get 4?
I got 4.
You got 4. All right. So between the two of you, you find some interesting things. Of course, more of these casings. There are a number of piles of ash on the inside of the building that look like they haven't been disturbed. What's weird is where that corpse was before, it is no longer there. In fact, there's not even any blood where you saw them praying over that corpse of that werewolf before. There is, however, a silver chain on the floor, and these numerous piles of dust. And then there's a small basement, and when you go in there, there's an open sewer grating that looks like it's been recently used for travel. What you can best piece together between the two of you is a bunch of Nosferatu fought someone here. And being that this is vaguely Nosferatu territory, it looks like the Nosferatu got the raw end of the deal. Although you can't know whose ashes are whose, but there's definitely at least 4 dead vampires right here, right now, along with 1 dead werewolf. Lots of shots fired, lots of explosions, and apparently an entryway into the Nosferatu warrens. And actually, as that happens, there's a boop, and you see Gaston. And he looks up at you. What the fuck are you doing here?
I could be asking you the same question.
What do you mean? This is our place. Well, was until they blew the fuck out of it.
Jamie looks
Silas?
over at
Okay.
Let's have this discussion down below.
Who else?
Cool.
Who are you talking to? I heard somebody else up there.
Who are you talking to?
Talking to you.
Yeah, we met some werewolves.
I'm sorry, what now?
They're wolves.
Why would there be werewolves here?
Might have something to do with the big old werewolf corpse that was here up to a second ago.
Okay, so here's the thing. You're right. Jamie, this is your place. It's not mine. I don't know whose it is, actually. It's probably yours. I don't know. This is not a place where we go. I'm just gonna leave, and y'all have fun. Cool? Okay? Is that fine? Anyone have a problem with that? No? Okay, I'm out later. And
He's normally useful, right?
That remains to be seen.
All right, well, back at it. You know this place better than I do. Anything we're missing?
Well, a few doors, a counter space.
That was a joke. That was a funny joke.
I managed to develop some humor in the last few years.
Only takes a few decades.
Well, if you must know, I have had meetings here with Regina before. We used to meet and discuss various important things. I feel that whatever happened here, in the end, Regina lost.
Yeah, I don't think you're going out on a limb with that idea.
No. But now I must know why she lured whatever she was trying to acquire or capture or detain here. And why was there a werewolf involved?
So how do we figure that out?
We're going to need to find whoever whatever Nosferatu knows about. If she conveyed anything. I don't know if her brother would be involved.
Would this involve us going down into the basement, into the sewers?
Preferably, but I do not think it is wise to bring our newfound friends along.
No, neither do I.
But we need to give them an answer. They won't sit quietly without at least something.
What about that silver chain?
Is there anything discernible about that silver chain, Throck?
It's got blood on it.
Okay.
Anything you can smell off the blood?
Is there anything I could do to identify the blood, or
You have Auspex, right?
Yes. I have 2 in Auspex.
It's powerful blood. It's ragey.
Okay.
And there's enough to have bound someone.
So, it feels as if their friend was bound and chained, which doesn't sit well for them anymore. And it doesn't do us much good unless we can at least... They will want restitution. Silas.
Yeah.
Silas, make me an investigation intelligence roll.
Okay.
And given your crime scene expertise, I'd like to give you 2 extra dice on that.
Okay.
This was an ambush, except the ambush went bad.
Yeah, so who was ambushing who here?
You... Just from, watching, looking at the clues and the way, the combat looks like it unfolded, it feels like there were people set up here, waiting for someone to show up. That someone showed up and ended up kicking their asses. But were possibly not initially prepared to meet violence here.
I share these thoughts with Jamie.
Now the question becomes, if Regina was the one possibly setting up the ambush, if that is true, then, or I don't see Regina being caught unawares. It feels, I think that maybe she set up an ambush, but for who and why?
Could she have been using the werewolf as bait, or?
It's very possible. Or perhaps she was daring enough to even use it just as extra muscle. I will admit that Regina doesn't tell me everything. But
Well, she seems to have left you way in the dark on this one.
yes, I knew about many other things, but I cannot shake that whatever this is, whatever happened here, it's either with this Sabbat problem that has been rising, that you and your friends have been mentioning, or it could be anything to do with those men in suits?
The men in suits, that would explain the bullet casings.
Very possible.
Either way, this could be a threat to the werewolves as well as us. So right now we're on the same page. If it's the Sabbat, they're pretty vicious. They could have done this to the werewolf, right? They gutted him.
It's possible.
I imagine if it was the government spooks, then, well, they couldn't have done this. They wouldn't have done it this way. It doesn't make any sense.
One of the, as you guys are having this conversation, one of that 15-year-old kid comes down. What have you found?
Ambush gone bad. We're trying to figure out who. Either way, it wasn't one of ours.
It was 2 groups of your people.
Sabbat aren't our people.
I don't know what that is. It was 2 groups of your people. One of them showed up in a car. The other were waiting in here. The spirits get a bit fuzzy after that. There's lots of whatever it is you all do that happened.
Wow.
And one of you was fully consumed.
Consumed by
the 5 and 1 who came. It was 5 of yours, and they had a slave. I don't know what you call them.
a ghoul. Human slave?
Yes. Enslaved to your blood. The resonance still lingers in the blood here.
Well, then we know now that Regina did plan the ambush here then.
Someone was held captive down here.
Do you know who?
One of yours. I don't know. They're deeply corrupted. Malleable. It's hard for... I can't explain what you do other than it's not life. But there's something about the specific essence, the residue that's left here from it, that is more corrupt.
Can Jamie make like an occult check to see if he can infer like the description with any kind of existing vampire?
Yeah, you make an occult intelligence check. Almost unhumane, indeed.
Okay. We're just gonna go straight as that. There's no modifiers, I don't think.
Yeah, no, there'd be no modifiers for this.
Okay.
No, not really. I mean, you can use willpower if you want, but...
Yeah, it's fine. It fits better.
Yeah, no, you're like malleable, whatever, changeable, something. I don't know. Maybe they're some sort of Nosferatu facey thing. I don't know. Yeah, it's that's what he has on top of what you all had. And
I'm not familiar with anything like that. Are you, Silas?
Nope, not ringing any bells. Would like an insight roll help here?
You have not seen... You have not been witness to any of the things that would allow you to draw that conclusion.
Okay.
Had one or two of your other coterie members been here with you, that may have been a different story, but...
So, all we know now is that Regina died here, more or less, and there was an attack here. There was one of your people was used and then killed. And there is something strong enough out there that can kill a considerably powerful kindred.
He was chained. He was wounded before they got here. They didn't kill a werewolf. They took a wounded animal and slaughtered it.
I apologize for my indiscretion. But you are right. And whatever killed one of ours did so just as savagely.
We will find and destroy who did this.
I think we're under the same sentiment.
How are you at tracking? I had to ask. Polite thing to do.
You are cut off from the physical world. You do not see it the way a truly living creature does. We do not track. We become one.
All right. Well, if you had to go in a direction that might lead us to whatever did this, which way would you go?
We will be returning to our people and having a conversation. From there, I believe we may be able to find a trail.
If you do...
We'd like to be part of that.
Yes, if you do know anything, we would like to know as well.
And what do we get?
I'm willing to let you have the kill.
Willing to let me have it? You couldn't take it from me if you tried.
We're going to happily stand back and watch.
And he, without answering you in any sort of final way, he just walks out of the room.
I was going to give him my card, but okay.
He takes your card and then walks out of the room. Because that way you have a way to contact each other. Because it's 1943. Yeah.
There's really not a lot of ways to contact each other.
I mean, otherwise he's just going to be wandering around LA trying to smell me.
Yeah.
This just speeds things up.
And with that, we cut scene to Celine and Alexander as walking out of the double doors of the master bedroom is a 40-something looking Spanish gentleman with a goatee. It's got these gray stripes in it. His hair swept back in a pompadour with these gray temples. Wearing on his hip with a red sash is a saber. He's wearing black boots with high, tucked into black pants and a simple white shirt. A small stage has been erected, overlooking the Pacific Ocean, from the large bay windows on one side. Coming out behind him are 6 other people. There are 3 per staked body, 1 male, 1 female. You do not recognize them. They are brought up on stage with him, and then he makes a roll before he even starts speaking. And we'll use a willpower because that's ridiculous. 6 goddamn successes. 6 goddamn successes. Okay, there we go. He crits, so that becomes 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 successes. 10 successes. Oh, no, 9 successes. Yeah, 9 successes total, right? No. So it's 6 plus 2. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 successes. Wow, I'm really bad at that. 8 successes. As you stand in awe of this person in front of you, just rapt attention. You may, for a single turn, be able to throw off this awe with a manipulation composure, is that right? Composure resolve. But it only lasts for a single turn unless you crit. This is the Power Majesty. You standing before you is a god, a pillar of your affection, someone for whom you would almost gladly die. you feel what can only be described as love. My friends, it is good to see you gathered here today. At this, my first Elysium on reclaiming my rightful seat. I welcome you all with open arms and an open heart. Any who choose to stand with me this day, their sins will be forgotten. I am the sole pillar of stability that this city deserves. And I bring you a gift, my darlings. 2 members of the Sabbat who so recently have proven a problem. With my hand, I shall destroy them as proof to you that security comes through steadfast alliance with the Camarilla and with the Toreador. He pulls out this gorgeous-looking saber. And it's, you are actually both enraptured by it. It is Toledo steel. It is this incredibly both built for purpose looking weapon, and just has this gorgeous like basket hilt with this red kind of interior, like velvet thing on it. And he turns around and, using Celerity 4, immediately cuts both of their heads off, and they turn to ash. I see out in the audience people who were once loyal to me, and who chose a logical path, what must not have been a path of the heart, to stand with the prior regime. Your sins, too, are forgiven. As long as you stand with me now. And Celine, he looks directly at you, and for like, and he looks directly at you, Celine, and he just puts out a finger and says, "My darling Celine, come forward."
I obviously do.
And then you feel Majesty drop. For the whole room. It is a room-wide effect. You were once one of my most trusted adherents. I understand having to make alliances of necessity. But will you, of the coterie of the grandchild of the former prince, stand with me today and say that we together will hold this city from both the Anarch rabble and from the Sabbat menace?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I bring you a gift.
What sort of gift?
She holds out the thing that was gifted to her by Alexander. Flicker's death hit me hard, and I want you to have this as a offering of my loyalty in her name.
Subterfuge manipulation.
I think now might be a good time to use my awe.
Yeah. Yep. It is a subtle discipline. Feel free to use some willpower on that if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay.
I will accept your gift. If you, and he bites his wrist and offers it to you, will accept mine. As a show of solidarity.
That's the. Can Celine make a frenzy check?
Yes? Why would this cause you to frenzy?
Celine.
I love it, but why would it cause you to frenzy?
She's extremely angry and at Flicker's death, blaming him because he wasn't there. He couldn't keep his reign, and then he hid. Sabat rose up, Flicker died.
I love it.
And now he's trying to say, be more loyal to me. No, she...
Yeah,
no.
make a frenzy check. Do it. You can always choose if you want to just frenzy.
What's the difficulty?
There's two... So you make the frenzy check when you want to not frenzy. Do you just want to frenzy? Or do you want to make the check?
I'll make the check.
Okay. I respect that.
What difficulty?
3. Which is a pretty high frenzy, actually. That's pretty high. I feel like that's appropriate. I've never seen that before. That's great. And I would imagine this is some sort of rage frenzy. This is like super angry.
Yes.
Okay, so sweet. And here's the thing. I love you so much for just leaning the hell into that, and I just love it. And we may, ladies and gentlemen, lose Celine for a little while. So, you go to strike him. He makes a rouse check to use Blink to rewrite the scene. And hits you with his sword real hard. You can attempt to make a Dex Athletics check to dodge.
I will make a rouse check to add my fleetness.
Okay.
Fleetness. So...
And you get, I think, 1 additional die from the frenzy.
Okay.
So he hits you. And as he does, there is this ringing in your ears. You only take 2, 3, 4, 6 halved to 3 superficial. But I need you to make 2 rouse checks.
Okay.
Okay. As the sword drinks none of your blood. Okay. And you are free to hit him if you so choose. Everyone else is standing back in shock and horror.
Yeah, I will punch him.
Sure. Yeah. You can also bite him.
Ooh.
Bite does an ag on top of everything else.
Punch him. We'll go with punch him.
Okay.
So that's brawl plus strength.
Yeah, it's brawl plus strength. And you would have to make another rouse check to add an additional die to your pool. That blowing for.
I will do that.
Okay. This just got intense. I was not expecting that.
Oh, I forgot that.
Yeah.
And I'd only get 1 more die. I don't think it's gonna matter.
And then he's gonna pull a stake and attempt to stake you.
I'm gonna rouse check.
Mm-hmm. When you're on the same turn, you can't do 2 rouses on the same turn.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I don't have fleetness then?
You had fleetness from last turn, right? So fleetness is for the scene.
Oh, okay. It is for the scene.
Yep.
Okay.
So he only rolled 3 successes. We'll blow a willpower for a reroll. /R 3d10. So it's 2 willpower he's used for 2 more successes. So he is up to 5 successes. You can make a Dex Athletics to try and get out of the way. And remember, once per turn, you can make a Dex Athletics to... you can add your celerity dots to a defensive Dex Athletics roll. With fleetness. Yeah. But you successfully dodge out of the way. And now he's starting to look frustrated, and his 2 friends come in on either side of you. Also with stakes. And we'll attempt to stake you.
Okay.
And I believe in the 3 and out for super stuff like this, so you're going to fall out of frenzy after this.
Okay.
And that will change the situation enough to... This will say Elizabeth, but it's not Elizabeth. Sorry. It's just somebody who had essentially 3 dots plus 1 in a thing, and yeah. So go ahead and make me a Dex Athletics. Make 2 of them for me, because I'm going to do that twice. Okay. Alright, so you dodge the first one successfully.
Oh.
And then do me 1 more. Second one hits you for 1 more superficial, but it knocks you out of frenzy at this point. And so you have an opportunity to do something, if you so choose, that in some way de-escalates this situation.
I'm assuming is there any exits?
There's the window. You're standing in front of a very large bay window 13 stories up.
Cheese it!
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna jump.
Yay! I love you so much. Okay, I think that's amazing, and I love you for it. And, Celine, I feel like this is a great cliffhanger to end on. As you engage with the new prince of LA, who apparently will go to no lengths, or will stop at nothing to solidify his power base, you... unable to take him down in your frenzy, regain control and jump out the window to fall 13 stories to an unknown outcome as we will meet our group next week for episode 10 of A Crusade of Thorns. Holy fuck, shit just got real.
Holy crap. Amazing. I loved it.
Yay!
Alexander should probably be running now.
Alexander was probably going to run at the moment she goes to hit him. Just saying.
Back away, not today.
Well, you certainly changed the tone of the party.
Audra is really freaking proud, okay?
That was amazing, team. That was top to bottom. This session was just the fucking best. Let's just go around and get reactions from everyone in the day, what they thought, where they think things are going to head. Other than Splat, because we know Splat is a thing. We'll see what happens with that. I'm not sure where the pool is. If it's facing the Pacific Ocean, there's a chance that something could happen here.
Wait, Calvin was planning to do this like the first time we went to Celine.
Yeah.
So
yes.
I think we said the pool might be there.
Yeah, I think so. I think we did. But let's just go around. We'll start with Death by Mage as our guest for the evening, and then do that. And give yourself shout-outs and all that stuff as we go too.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was fantastic. Go Celine Cone. Oh, man, that was totally fishes and terrible. I cannot wait to see what happens next week. I'll have to see what my schedule's like if I'm reappearing or not, but it'd be nice if I am here. But yeah, thank you for having me. It was great to be here, and everything was just fantastic tonight. And you all can follow me on the Twitters at Death by Mage. You can also check out all the things I do. Sometimes I stream on occasion, and sometimes I make a lot of crazy, wacky games. So if you want to just see what I do, just follow me on Twitter.
Yes, Death by Mage is an amazing contributor to all of the awesomeness you see happening in all three of these games, and we love him madly. Leona, thoughts, reactions, where can we find you? What's up? What's happening?
Oh God, please don't die, Celine. Oh God. I'm loving this. It's I kind of get a little bit confused sometimes, and I think it's just because I'm still so new to vampires. So it's like when all the plotting goes on, I just get a little bit lost sometimes. But it's fine. It was a really interesting revelation for me that when Audra was like, fuck it, I'm pissed at everyone. I just want LA to be fine. Like, I'm done with everything else. All I care about is LA. But that feels very fitting for her. You know, she's kind of, it's like she's got this code ring and what else, right? So it's like, I really loved that moment. And I think everyone else killed it. Throck, I fucking loved your werewolf. I was like, damn. Everyone else killed it, and I'm really proud of y'all. And it was just really, really good. My big announcement is this Sunday, 8:30 EST. Vibrant, Visible, Victorious POC one-shot series is premiering right here on Welcome to the Party's Twitch channel. It is going to be amazing. We are playing Honey Heist. It is my first time GMing and my first time running a stream. And I've got a full roster of incredible people with some god-awful bear puns. It's beautiful. Think Bollywood bears, think just ridiculous bears. It's going to be the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen, but it's going to be amazing. I have been so blown away by the level of support that has been coming my way, the number of people that are joining up. I have literally a full 4 weeks of games coming up every Sunday, and they're all different. They are all unique. They are all run by POCs and being played by POCs. It is going to be incredible. So please come and join us. Tell all your friends, and I can't wait to see you here Sunday, 8:30 EST.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm going to clap, 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 clap. Clap.
I'm so excited.
Yay! I don't know if it calls it catch, but it's the clap emote now for me, and that's all that really matters. M.
Hi, I'm M. You can find me on Twitter at DobsonM. I feel really bad because I know Alexander would have taken Celine's advice and just left right away. So we'll see that next week. We'll see what he does. But I'm afraid. I'm afraid for Celine. I don't want to see anything bad happen to her.
I'm also afraid for Celine and don't want to see anything bad happen to her.
Same.
Yeah. But when you fall from the top of a 13-story building, we'll see.
Fingers crossed. Also, apparently the dice gods hate me today, so I don't know.
Wow!
You!
And everybody.
I live the two very important roles in Ignited.
Yeah, no, the dice gods basically just hate us. I don't know what it is about tonight. Normally we're a lot better.
I was fine.
I got to talk down a werewolf. I'm very happy with my role.
You did, and you
Jamie
did well,
is also
too.
happy.
Yeah. Sweet. Anything else?
No, that's basically it. I'm just lamenting the terrible rolls.
Yeah, they were super bad. Sorry. Kevin!
Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm Bisonic Kevin on Twitter. Oh my god, Celine, that's amazing. I love it so much. I love it. Celine's fantastic. Like, oh, it's great.
Yeah, that was the thing right there.
My god. I loved venturing it up, but that's not nearly as fun as taking a stab at the guy with 21 dice when he stabs someone and then throwing yourself out a window.
He got +4 for the blood, +2 from his blade, and then Dex 4, melee 4. Yeah.
Jesus.
Or
Yeah.
Dex 5, melee 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Great job, everybody. I love this game. I love this game.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to plug right now, but if you stick around for a couple of weeks, I'll probably still be here. So, yeah. That's about it. All right.
Okay. Teddy!
I was nervous going in because I knew this was a possibility. I knew that as soon as I asked to switch ambitions and because I was switching loyalties, that this was going to be a possibility. I'm surprised I survived long enough to jump out the window.
Yes. I loved it so much.
Yeah.
So much. But we can find you all over the place, right?
Yes. You can find me on Twitter at Nerdy Teddy. I'm here 3 times a week. I run the Masks RPG on Mondays, AG's Shield of Earth. I'm here for this. And on Thursdays, I split my time between Shadowrun and Pokemon. And if you've ever watched me roll dice in Shadowrun, you probably could have foreseen that this was going to happen. Yeah, thanks everybody.
Awesome. And Jeff.
So I'm pretty sure Go Celine Go is the episode title now.
Yes.
So, yeah, that livened up the last few minutes.
I nearly called the episode Dawn of a New Era.
I cannot wait to see where that's going. Until next week, I'm just going to picture like old timey fire brigade guys with a trampoline.
Yeah.
And then she just plummets straight through anyway.
Yes.
And Dad, thanks for sticking around for this episode. I appreciate having a partner there in that scene.
Anytime.
All right.
I'm JK Holland on Twitter, and I don't ever plug anything.
Well, you guys were amazing tonight, top to bottom. Y'all were just fantabulous, and I loved it. I finally got to reveal Don Sebastian. I've been waiting 9 episodes for that, which was super exciting. In his home element of I mind whammy you, and then you just listen to me because this is the Camarilla, and I don't care if you think you can hurt people because I mind whammy you, right? Because that's what Camarilla does. They're like, oh, combat, whatever. stop. And that I think he's going to be a fantabulous final like bad guy for all 3 streams. Actually, he's kind of turning into the unifying thing, which is fascinating. Yes, so it's interesting how this is turning out. And I just there were so many good beats and moments tonight, and I just wow. And thanks to the makers of our sheet as well, because I promised I'd give them shout outs. If you're running V5 on Roll20, you should absolutely use the I just lost the name of it again. I blanked on it. The Grand Coterie by the Grand Coterie website, the Grand Coterie character sheet. I'm fucking exhausted because they're also working towards charity and have made a great character sheet for us. So yeah, we love them as well for the work that they do. And what other announcements do I have? We launched our Patreon today, and we just hit $150 a month during this show, or close, like 148, which is huge. That most Patreons don't make $100 in their first month. So thank you to everyone who has come out and supported our year 2 vision, which is turning Welcome to the Party into a creative incubator that allows us to engage with artists, writers, video makers, all that sort of stuff, to be able to provide free assets to our GMs to make their lives easier, and to do all of the amazing things that are just going to allow us to really take the channel to the next level. We are, I think, 4 followers away from 900, which is huge. And by the way, for everyone here who's not a patron, if you want to be a patron, even for the first month, if we make the $250 goal by Friday, we will be giving away a set of the 3 D&D starter books to one of our patrons. So if you click on that Patreon link below, and for the low price of $1, essentially, you could be entered into that giveaway should we make it to $250 by Friday. But yeah, the only reason I'm going on about this so much today, it's Patreon, there you go, is because it is our launch day. I'll normally just mention it at the beginning and the end, and thank people, but it's just the outpouring of support today has been incredible, and I love each and every one of you. Even if you're unable to give, if you've been in chat supporting us, you're amazing human beings. So thank you so much as we go through this crazy adventure through 3 games, telling a single story over the course of what turns out to be like 3 weeks. It's intense and crazy, and we love you, and thank you so much. And so we're going to go raid our dear friends at Soul Bear RPG, who are running their Thursday, whatever the hell today is, Wednesday night game.
Tal'Dorei.
Yeah, Tal'Dorei.
Tal'Dorei.
Rain, Soul Bear RPG. I know how to do that right now. I thanked our Patreons at the beginning, and I don't have the. I guess I can do. Hang on. I guess I can just do this. We'll do that, and then we'll do that. And I have to remember to actually. Yeah, there we go. Thank you everyone who came out today. These are our original Patreon supporters. This has not been updated since the thing. And of course, join us on Saturday as we continue this story with episode 11 at noon. Sweet supporters, as we continue this story at noon with the next episode of the Sabbat Chronicle. And thank you all so much for going. We out. Later.
Bye.
And of course they're not ready.
Of course they are.
That's how it always goes.
Yeah.
Who are the 2 Sabbat